And welcome back to episode 164 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host. What I'm gonna give you today?
I don't know, but y'all on the couch and we in the playoffs. How y'all doing?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Malcolm fuck ass King in the building.
I take it.
We got my squad as well. We got my guy Darren Stu. We got CT and the beautiful Britt Dawson. How y'all feeling?
Good weekend of some playoff football.
It sure was. I ain't gonna stunt. We gonna get into it. And then I kind of want to. I know Malk got some news he want to talk about and whatnot, but I want to cover some of these top 5 in their positions coming out into this draft as well. But we gonna jump straight into it. What game y'all want to hop on first?
We can go to the Jags one. Was the first one, was it? The Jags and the Chargers.
Well, that was on
That wasn't
Sunday. The first one was
Sunday.
Seahawks.
Okay, Saturday.
Well, no, that wasn't even the first one. The Seahawks 49ers.
That wasn't the first one yet.
Before that?
There was games on Saturday and Sunday.
Buffalo was Saturday, wasn't they?
The first game was the Seahawks and the 49ers.
Okay, so that is it was.
Okay.
Then the Jags and the Chargers.
I mean, Geno tried, DK tried, but hey.
49ers too much.
They got outplayed. That's really what it came down to. They just couldn't stand the 49ers talent.
And it looks like when Debo is healthy, they can go far.
Yeah, Debo's something.
Man.
But he was limping off in the first half.
That's what I'm saying.
His ankle or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're such. The thing about it is you just don't know who they're going to use, and whoever they decide to use is good. Right. Because it was Debo this game, but next game it could be Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle.
Shit, even McCaffrey, he had 15 attempts for 119.
He's always going to be in the mix.
He had a receiving touchdown too.
He got his.
I'm just saying, like, teams can't even plan for Debo because it's like, all right, let's plan to shut Debo down and possibly Christian McCaffrey, and they just go with Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle.
Yeah, did y'all ever think that with them having Debo last year that they would ever get Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah. I don't know how people let stuff like that happen, but
that is
next year. Cali teams load up though.
But if you think about it, next year when they are healthy and when they are really healthy and they all stay as a squad, how are they not going to be Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah, it's dangerous. That's dangerous. And to your original question, I don't want to act like I saw Christian McCaffrey going to the 49ers. I'm just saying I could have definitely seen them picking up somebody like him for the simple fact that Debo wasn't lined up between the tackles.
Yeah, but you would think it would be like a trade for a trade. Like they're both
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I
the fact that they got to keep Debo and get Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
With Kittle, yeah.
With Kittle. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is dangerous.
And they had Jeff Wilson at the time, so if they would have kept Jeff Wilson, it really would have been dangerous.
Yeah, instead of sending him to the Dolphins. But yeah, for my shower heads, that was a 23-41 victory for the 49ers over the Seahawks. Yeah, I don't really got much on that. I mean, I know it was close at the half, but then your boy Purdy.
I like the way Brock is playing though. He's keeping them above water though.
He threw for 332, 3 touchdowns, and
like
a rushing touchdown.
He's on it, yeah.
Trey Lance is gonna have a problem this summer.
All of them. Jimmy G too. Like
Jimmy G's gone.
He's out of there. Yeah, he's out of there.
He's gone. Now that they have it, Brock Purdy, and they have Trey Lance, they just gonna let them fight it out. Jimmy G, why would you even keep him around?
Me and Mark was talking about it off podcast, and I still think that I was telling him I still think that the 49ers are really still like Trey's still our guy though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so now.
Trey's our guy.
Why couldn't Jimmy G go to somewhere like the Raiders?
No.
Why not though?
That's trading the car for a car. No, definitely.
You're tripping by saying that. That is crazy.
It is. It's trading car
crazy.
For car. It's the car
what kind of car for a car, though?
It's a better car. It is a better car.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, it's a better car.
I don't know.
If you going to go with Jimmy, you might as well keep Stidham. No. You might as well just let Stidham rock. Going for a Jimmy.
Because if you give Jimmy someone like Devontae Adams, though, like, you know what I mean? Jimmy is smart. Like, he's not a dumb QB.
He stayed injured, though.
But that's not his fault that his body's brittle.
Well, that's the nature of the game. You gotta be healthy to play.
Yeah, he's not doing nothing different that make him get hurt. He plays good when he plays, but he's just hurt.
He plays decent, but let's be real though, because we had a bit of this conversation a few episodes ago. Jimmy is used to playing under systems.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Jimmy started with New England, and then he ended up in the 49ers. Either way, you had good offensive systems. Now, the Raiders are trying to establish that with Josh McDaniels. But they're not there yet, and I think that could be a very, that could be a car crash waiting to happen if you bring a Jimmy in that's not ready for a building system in a situation where he's never played in.
But I feel like he needs to reinvent himself in general anyway.
I agree. I just don't want him to do that with Las Vegas.
No, but I'm just, because that's your squad. Right. But I'm saying like someone like Devontae Adams. Get somebody like Jimmy G in that is consistent and can get him the ball, and let Jimmy G get his number, maybe even if it was just for a year situation.
Jimmy G doesn't throw past 25 yards.
I know.
How is he going to hit Devontae if he doesn't throw past 25?
You don't think he Wait, you don't think he could? Are you saying that he can't? Or he just don't?
I'm saying that he can't accurately.
Oh, no. He's never had to.
Well, Purdy's been doing it. Purdy been hitting deep.
But he never had to, though. Jimmy never had to.
So what's the difference? I don't get the difference.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't require that from Jimmy.
I think he's just the veteran, and he got used to getting his yards short shit. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the fighter that only throws jabs and quick punches. I'm not going for no knockout.
It's crazy to say Jacoby Brissett doesn't have an arm because he does. You know what I mean? But lately, I'm just saying. But all he does is throw 25 or less. That's all he does, though. But I'm not saying that. Yeah, mainly all his passes.
Most of them are
25 or less.
But I don't even see. Jacoby will go for Tyreek at least once in a game on a go route, on a streak. True. I haven't seen that out of Jimmy. I just haven't.
You think he's scared?
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't match when you got Devontae Adams. So that should be a dead. But the Raiders, again, are known for bad decision making.
Where else could he go if he leaves?
Ravens.
Where else would he?
They're gonna need one. They're gonna need.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that switch their whole offense.
I don't see Lamar playing with the Ravens next year.
Where's Lamar gonna go? Where's Lamar gonna go?
We'll take him there.
Raiders.
We'll take him there.
He got some options.
If you take him to the Raiders, I just feel like that takes away from the pass game.
New
it
England.
doesn't take away from the pass game, but it doesn't give Devontae Adams as many touches as he would like.
Well, it
New England
depends
is getting
because
them.
I don't think that Lamar likes the design runs all the time.
But I'm not saying design runs, but if it gets to a point to where he has to make something happen, he's not going to look downfield. He's going to rely on his own legs.
But Devontae also isn't a improvising receiver. You know what I'm saying? You hit him on his route. He's not the kind of guy that's going to plant and, get busy. That's what Renfro's for.
That's crazy. If Devontae could do that, though, or if he did do that, that would be insane.
But it's too risky on a player worth that much. You know what I'm saying?
True. It's like if he can't give me this time, he'll give me next time.
Right. You can't run him around the field because he could run right into a bad situation. And
Tyreek Hill do it all the time, and he got paid big money.
But he's also designed.
He's shifty.
Yeah.
He's little. He's shifty.
But I'm just saying, he's still got to go over the middle and take hits like everybody else, and he's getting.
And I honestly believe, though, as a receiver, it is your job to get open.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying about Devontae Adams.
Succeed.
Even if your route did not succeed, it is your job to help your quarterback. That's why the Chiefs were so good, because he had people like Travis Kelce, and that would, no matter if the play's dead, they'd know my QB is still looking for me. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want it to sound bad on Devontae, though. I think what it is more with him is he's more effective deep routes, right? Yeah. So it's harder to improvise deep because your quarterback's not necessarily looking. I call
them basketball routes. Basketball routes.
Who? Devontae's?
Yeah. Well, I just said that's just like the Darren Waller. They do basketball routes. You know what I mean? Where they know that it's gonna be my guy and that guy, and when it get down there, my guy gonna get up there and get it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but you can't. And especially with Carr, I'm not saying that other quarterbacks don't improvise deep. You got some that look deep first, but Carr's just not as good as a run y'all had in Fresno State. He's not a good accent to you in the professional.
Wait, who?
Game.
Derek.
Did
who?
we say Q slid on?
No.
What up, Q, what's
like
good?
Podcast ninja.
The podcast ninja.
What's going on?
Chilling.
But yeah, no, I don't really got nothing else to say about them Seahawks and that 49ers game. That was just a good win out of Brock Purdy. Even though Geno Smith did throw for 71.4, 253, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Brock just had a bad first half. He ended the game on 60%. But he had a 131.5 rating.
And pepperoni.
Was it close in the first half?
17,
I think it
16.
was close. Yeah, they had the lead.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Seattle had the lead.
They didn't.
I remember them kicking that.
I picked Seattle too. Matter of fact, Britt won the picks last week. She ain't missed a team. She ain't missed a team. You ain't getting no spreads, but you ain't missed not one team. You should have put a little parlay together.
She probably did. She's on mute.
Y'all can gamble in Ohio now?
Yeah, we got it Henry first.
You know Malcolm over there losing his tens.
I ain't betting. Cliff know what I'm betting. I ain't betting tens. I'm betting dollars. I don't bet nothing.
I probably made, since that came out, I probably made 2 $10 bets since.
If it's free bets, I do it.
You know how I bet. It's dangerous.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
dangerous.
Because I go risky. I go risky with my bets. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Me too. I'll be trying to stack parlays.
Right. Yeah, I go risky with my bets, so I don't like to put a lot of money out knowing I'm taking that big of a risk unless I feel like it's a sure shot.
I'll just pick like 4, and then
you on mute, Britt.
I don't know. Maybe can she
I
hear?
didn't realize I was on mute.
I see you talking. You had a parlay off that?
I'm sure I built one, but it wasn't just for the. I'm sure I mixed something.
Right.
Because I like to do, like a smaller bet and try to stack it up. So. Right. That's how. But no, what I was going to say was, it seems like now that we have online gambling or betting, games go according to the opposite of your bets. Like, I'm convinced that it has nothing to do with talent anymore.
Welcome to the world of
our
losing. Welcome to the world of hope and losing. We've been doing this in Indiana for about a year now, and
you go into it like
way longer.
I was telling my cousin. This is just a quick.
It's been longer than a year.
I was telling my cousin about a basketball game yesterday. What is it like? Joker. He rarely scores over 33 points. Right? He scores a lot, but he rarely scores over 30. It's only like 4 or 5 games that he's done that all year. Right. So I'm telling my cousin, like, you should bet on him being under 35 points. Why did that man go off?
Triple double.
And I'm like, he's only done it like a few times. I mean, he'll get triple doubles, but he won't score that many.
They'll take him out once they use him so much because he's so big.
I had a Cavs parlay and I lost it on the one I thought was the sure of Donovan Mitchell hitting plus 30 and got hurt.
And I'm telling you, that's when
everything else
happen.
but Donovan Mitchell not getting a 30.
That's when it don't happen. I had one the other day for LeBron to have. He only needed like 25 points or something like that, and he had. What did I need him to have?
He had 25.
Austin Eckler had 47 points. 47 yards.
Oh shit!
And you needed him to have 50.
Look at all the other ones. What everybody else hit.
That's how my Laker one looked the other day when
they played. CT, you know how my payouts be, bro. I was sick.
I bet.
Yeah, I've been on it with college basketball too. Like, college is crazy.
See, I would only try to pick the winner with them, and even that is
not always, but I do. Sometimes I tend to go with the
y'all be teasing. Can y'all tease in Ohio?
What's that?
So where you tease the points?
What's that mean?
Yeah.
So I'll show you one right now. So right now I got an NBA parlay going on. It's a nine leg parlay. And
you cannot see that.
Hold on, I'll show you.
I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
But just go over what you were saying though.
9 leg parlay. And then you tease it. So everybody, I got the Washington Wizards. They're were a 5-point favorite. Whatever favorite it is, if you pick the spread, whatever you tease it, you can tease it up to 7 points.
Oh.
But it makes the odds go down lower, but you can bet more.
Okay, I see.
But if you feel like it's a for sure thing, but you're not so sure, say it's like you feel like the Bills will beat the Chiefs or something by 7. If you don't feel like it'll be the full 7, you can tease it by 4 down to a field goal. It'll make the odds go down though, but you have to bet more to get back your payout.
Right. Yeah. Nah, I've never tried that. I've never tried it.
That's how I make my money, and I ain't trying to flex or nothing. But CT, you know.
Well, we'll have to have a separate episode for all.
I'm different the reason CT started betting.
Listen, but what other game was on Saturday? The Bills Dolphins.
No, Saturday.
That was Sunday.
Chargers
and Jags. Chargers and
Sunday's
Jags.
games.
It was the Chargers and Jags.
That was great game.
Sunday too, wasn't it?
Nope.
No, that was Saturday. It was 2 games on Saturday.
Okay.
The Cowboys game was Sunday.
No, that game was
that was Monday. That was Monday's game.
Oh my! It's been so many games in the last couple of days.
Monday night game.
That Chargers Jags. That was a Jags victory over the Chargers, 30-31.
Oh my goodness.
That nigga Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions in the first quarter.
4.
Oh, in the first quarter. Oh, okay.
No, altogether, but in the first quarter,
to the same person.
3 interceptions.
To the same person, got baited. They were baiting that boy.
Yeah, Samuel was D'ing up.
But if you look at all those passes, what was Trevor Lawrence looking at? Because I didn't see nothing but opposite jerseys.
Now, no, I don't. I think no, because so what it was in what I think it was, I'll say, is when you try to thread that needle And we was just talking about that with the pinky with who was it? Brissett? Was it Brissett or was it Bridgewater?
Teddy Bridgewater.
And you let that ball get away from you and it go high up or high down or off to the he didn't aim that bitch where he needed it to go. Yeah. Right, but he was trying to get it in a window and couldn't, and he let it go off.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, he be throwing some.
The window is so fast, though, bruh.
I'm like, this dude can throw the ball.
I think he has the best arm in the league.
And he is feeding Christian Kirk like.
But his parents said
I think he has the best arm in the league.
His parents said his nickname was Grown.
Grown.
Imagine being 7 and your nickname is Grown. Just think about what that means.
Like, that's a grown man
right there.
Like, that's a grown man right there. Like, they said nothing phases him. And you can tell that man has no emotions on the football field. Like,
I'm a Trevor Lawrence fan. I'm not going to lie.
I am, too.
I talked about him. I did talk about him, but I'm a fan.
But to say he has the best arm in the league is a stretch.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
I think he has the best arm in the league.
Cliff said that.
I think he has the best arm in the league.
If you really want to think about it, if you want to go pound for pound, did you forget those clips that he had in Clemson where he was standing at the other side of the end zone and he had that trash can in the other side of the end zone? And
I'm not thinking about college.
No one's talking about college, Darren.
It's still 100 yards.
College is.
It's still 100 yards.
I'm not even talking about.
They probably won 70.
I'm not even talking about.
It wasn't
power.
in the game. It was just him throwing it at practice, like pro day type shit. Like
best
it was
quarterback mechanics, hands down to me in the league right now. Joe Burrow has the best quarterback mechanics, hands down. The best footwork, the best stepping into the pocket, the best reading, the best not making mistakes. That goes to Joe to me. Now I know
they said they've been
12,
saying Trevor Lawrence got that arm since high school. They've been saying he's had the best arm since high school.
He has the best arm in the league, at least to me. Nah, that's my opinion, but
I can agree. But it can be argued that Josh Allen has damn near the best arm in the league.
Y'all crazy, Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes?
I don't know if he has the best
I don't know. What do you mean arm?
And what does he have the best
of? Are we talking about just
what is it not? What is he doing?
If we put somebody in the pocket, none of the flashy shit, and you're asking them to throw a dart and a dimer accurately down the field, who are you gonna ask Patty Mahomes? Only thing you really see.
Yes.
I think somewhat.
Well, that's two different things. Arm power and accuracy are two different things.
That's why
no, it's not. You got to have both.
About arm power.
If you have arm power, and you're too strong, you're not accurate. There's a difference, and you can be too.
All right. And what does Cliff always say? Patty Mahomes throws a lot of interceptions.
But you have to have both. That's what I'm saying. So why would
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about the interceptions. Here's the thing about the interceptions, though, and you see it a lot with top quarterbacks. Because when they know what they can do, they take more risks. They can
always do it. Yeah,
right, they take more risks. And when you see guys like Trevor, it's almost a perfect example, that Trevor Lawrence game. You threw 3 interceptions in the first quarter just off of knowing I can get it in that window. Oh, I can get it in that window. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to get it in that window. Then what happened in the second half? He started getting it in that window.
He did.
He didn't stop taking the risk because he knew I can do it. I'm not going to stop doing what I know I can do. So you see that out of good quarterbacks, i.e. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
There's only a couple on the first drive of the game.
That can come back and do that.
Or no, not Josh. It wasn't Josh. That was Tom that did that.
Which game are you talking about? Oh, Tom
came back threw a red zone interception on the first drive of the game. Yeah. I mixed them up. But yeah, Trevor, he ended the game 59.6, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
And he showed the league he's here for real. How can you not show the league you're here? I get the 4 interceptions. He basically just showed. Yeah, he just showed the league. I'm Trevor Lawrence. I know I had a bad first half, but like I'm in the playoffs. We about to make this run for Jacksonville. It's my second year? Come on now.
Yeah,
Some Joe Burrow stuff.
That's what I was about to say. If it was Joe Burrow, people would be like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" Like,
right. But they had a 27-7 deficit to the Chargers at halftime. They said third biggest comeback in NFL playoffs history.
And 2 of them were this year, right?
I don't know. Is that right?
I think one of them was before
NFL
the Colts
playoff
game.
History.
Yeah, in the NFL.
Oh, you said playoff history or
yeah.
just game or just games in history?
Nah, in the history.
So I think they were down like 35-0.
Not this year because
because the Colts had one. No, the Colts had one this year too. It was like 30
in the playoffs though.
Oh, I thought you said in general.
No, in the playoffs, playoff history.
I'm not really sure in playoffs.
Nah, because this was the first week. It wasn't no.
I was about to say a lot of people didn't lost some historical losses this year. It was crazy this year.
But you know what's crazy is they was only Chargers was only that one field goal away from a victory.
That missed field goal.
He missed that.
That missed field goal. Right. I was thinking that the whole game. I was like, damn, if they just had that field goal, that's the 1 point they needed. Mm-hmm. That was it. He's sick.
Yeah, that was just rough.
It's all based off of people's parlays. A lot of people probably had him kicking a field goal.
But you know what? It's interesting that you say that though, because they did say that was the risk when they legalized sports betting.
Yeah. Did you see that Jalen Williams came out the other day? It was like, I think it's funny when y'all think I really care about y'all parlays. I was like, oh, I'm sick. I was like, bro, you're a player, and I bet you some players look at halftime and be like, fuck that shit, bro. Like, I ain't worried about that shit. I'm hurt. I don't care about that shit.
I mean, as they should.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like, damn, that's hurtful. Because the power really is in their hands.
But do you think that they like looking like that?
Yes, because like if you really think about it, because
the player.
Yes, because look, allegedly, Stephon Diggs got a lot of hood brothers. Stephon Diggs over 89, right? You feel me? They're always gonna roll with Stephon Diggs. If he got 72 at the third quarter, he's instantly gonna try to get that 89 because he know his homie's got a bag on him.
No, you're right about that.
Like, I'm not saying that you gotta look at it that way, but if I was,
but that makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. I am going to try to make money for
especially if my homie texts me at half and be like, "Hey, bro, I just need you to get 20 more. Come on, like I got you, dog."
He ain't got his phone at half.
Yep, they be tweeting at half. You ain't never seen no player tweet at half.
Oh,
I don't think not anymore. They're not allowed to do that.
Not on the field, but in the locker when you go in the locker room.
That's what I was.
Not thinking. At halftime. Not anymore. It's been a couple years. They shouldn't. I don't think anybody's allowed to do that anymore.
Regardless, if it was that deep, he would just give his homie the bread. These people would make millions. Like we're
talking about legal betting, though, Malcolm.
Right? Yeah, I don't think it's that deep like that. I think he's just like saying like you know what it is. Like if you was in the league. And your over under was this, bruh.
You want that over, no matter what.
Right. I'm never gonna pick your under.
Like, bruh, if they want me to get 25 yards, that's all they said I can get tonight. I'm getting 50.
Right, and I can see what he's saying because you 18 yards at halftime. All you need is 5 more. Make sure coach gets you a couple touches.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that, but I understand the point.
I guarantee they get at least 5 texts like that.
It don't work like that. It works like that, and the only person to get caught so far is Calvin Ridley. Say it don't.
I wouldn't have ever even thought of something like that. So that's
Calvin Ridley did.
He definitely was betting on himself.
Well, no,
like, what are you talking about?
No, betting on yourself is something completely different.
I know, but I'm saying.
I mean, he was probably betting on
look at it.
Himself,
yeah, if you don't think that they look at it,
I'm still rocking
you're crazy, Malcolm. They definitely
if you think it's not a whole family at the house watching cousin,
because if his mom bets a $100 band on him, if his mom bets, if he gives his mom $100 bands to bet on him, he's not betting on himself.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Somebody indicted again.
No, it's all allegedly.
Right. Alleged.
Anyways, what we got, Cliff?
But we was on the Chargers Jaguars game. We pretty much wrapped that up. Justin Herbert threw for the same 58.1, 273, only one touchdown, no interceptions. That's what we was talking about. I think I like him as a quarterback, but I think he needs to take more risks.
Well, they just fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, Vince Lombardi's grandson, and they fired their quarterback's coach.
Rolling in his grave.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling his, spinning in his mausoleum.
But they should have fired the coach too, Brandon Staley, man. He's not a good coach.
Yeah, I was with you on that.
I like the black dude they had before him. I thought he was doing all right with Justin Herbert. Who was the guy they had? Let me see. What was his name?
I know it too.
Was it the bald dude?
Bald dude.
The best coaches are in college, and none of them want to come to the league.
Anthony Lynn. I liked him.
Oh, that might not be who I was thinking of then.
He's the only black coach they had, I believe. I don't think they've ever had another one. Looking here at their history of coaches.
I just must have confused names then.
Hey, is he a bald dude?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Anthony Lynn was bald.
I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, he's the one that got what's his name off to a good start. Herbert off to a good start when he was there. And they let him go. I don't know. I feel like ever since they let him go is when Herbert's been having a decline. Honestly, that's the crazy thing.
Okay, yeah, that is who I thought. I just didn't know that was his name. And yeah, you right, CT.
A lot of his players was hurt this year too. He didn't get Keenan Allen back.
Keenan Allen,
he got 13.
He got hurt the end of the last year, and he got hurt.
And then Mike Williams got hurt at the end, so that was hurt. That hurt.
Actually, we were talking about arm talent. Just because he fell off a little bit this year, we for real forgot about Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he's got a cannon.
He has a cannon, boy.
He does.
He be slanging that thing bad.
But what's a cannon if you don't use it?
Well, he can't use it when all his players are hurt. Keenan Allen was hurt seven games. Mike Williams was hurt 6
More
games.
than 7 games.
Yeah, he was hurt 6 games before, came back for 3. Now he's hurt in the playoffs. It's man, can I get my weapons back?
I mean, you had him there. You had Keenan there. You hit him a few times, but you ain't doing enough.
Yeah, not enough. It was close. It was close.
But we'll move on. Dolphins, Bills. Dolphins 31, Bills 34.
Take us away, Q.
That was closer than what I really thought it was going to be.
It was to me as well.
That's a lot closer. The Dolphins fought their asses off for sure.
It was to me as
well. I thought it was going to be close. What did I put down from the spread?
I think Q said Bills 3. I think
you said Bills 12.
I said Bills 12.
No, Lois was. He said Bills 3, and then he changed it to 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody lost their money. The spread was 11.5.
Should have listened to me.
The spread was 11.5, and they won by 3.
Josh Allen ain't that guy. Y'all gonna see that.
Yeah, he ain't been performing the best.
He ain't that guy.
Back half.
I think his elbow still hurt. I think his elbow still hurt. I don't think he wants to say it, but he never sat out.
Everybody hurt. Everybody hurt right now. Fuck that.
But you're a DB and your elbow is hurt.
I don't want to hear that.
Excuses.
I don't want to hear that.
It's not excuses.
Aaron Rodgers playing with broken toes and shit. I don't want to hear none of that.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Did y'all win?
Who?
The Dolphins.
No,
we just read off the score. Okay. Are you trying to be funny? That man is a comedian. He's on the wrong podcast. We're talking football. Let's go.
Yeah, let him know.
Listen, but
he's a Browns fan, right?
That's what I was about to say.
Y'all better worry. I hope y'all got an insurance policy on Watson.
But if Josh Allen beat
y'all
us,
gonna
there's
need
no way
more
I
than
can
half of
say,
that money
hey,
back
no
to
way
get a
I can
real
say
quarterback.
Josh Allen is that man if he beat us. I know that.
Idiot.
Listen, Josh Allen, I still think he's that guy. I do think that something's still bothering him, and it has to be injury.
I don't want to hear that. You still running like a running back.
He just got into
Right.
he just got into a shoving. I told
Yeah.
you the little
With
shoving.
Christian Wilkins.
But
Yeah,
that's
he-
his
yeah,
game
he
though.
wanna-
If he didn't play like that, he would be playing scared.
Cliff, you don't do what he did injured because he shoved that defensive lineman back.
If there
It's
weren't
his
rules to
elbow,
protect
bro.
the quarterback, he would have got his ass laid out.
right.
They protect him.
I don't doubt that.
On
But
change
Cliff,
of
have you ever
possession
seen
now.
Josh Allen run away from a hit?
No,
That's so I don't.
on anybody.
Yeah, on anybody.
Lineman,
So I don't
linebacker.
understand. He trucks anybody. He will truck you. Like I don't understand. So what? Like
Not yet.
if he
Nah.
didn't do that, he would.
I can't say he's not that
Like,
guy, and it's clear something's bothering him. He threw for 59%. He did get 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 93.1 rating. I do think he threw an interception on the first drive as well. I might be wrong. I know Brady did, but I think he might have too.
I'm not sure. Did he Q?
I can't remember. No.
Nope. Nah,
Okay.
they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it.
Okay, that might be what I'm thinking of then. Okay. Skyler, however, 40% completion, 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 44.7 rating. I don't know if I know you had a lot of confidence in Skyler Q. I don't know if he's it.
I did.
Well, I don't know. You might have been joking, but remember I said Tua ain't playing. You said fuck Tua.
I did.
I said Bridgewater ain't
I
playing.
said we do all right and we did all right.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did all right. Yeah, they definitely did all right.
But y'all
you think if Tua would have played, y'all would have won?
We would have smoked them.
I do believe that.
Okay.
I do
we
believe
smoked
that.
them.
It was the defense that did that, though. The defense is what kept them in the game.
And if we had Tua, we would have got more out of our running game
points,
as well,
yeah.
which only produced a little over 40 fucking yards.
Who's number 26?
For
Miami.
Savon Ahmed.
Man.
Running back?
He got blasted by Tremaine Edmonds. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. He got blasted and Skyler set him up.
He did.
He set him up.
But that tell you how many reps Savon get, because anybody else would have slapped that damn ball down. I ain't catching that.
Man.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna catch that ball.
He
that
wanted
was a
all
business
5
decision.
of those yards.
He got blasted.
I really didn't like how he was throwing the ball.
How Skyler was?
Yeah, I didn't like how he was throwing it as far as like where he was hitting them. I felt like it was I don't know, something about it was off to me.
He was struggling.
It was almost like, you know, when you got too much strength and you kind of like throw down.
Yeah,
like,
he was nervous.
That's what we were talking
like
about.
He was trying too hard.
Like,
it could have
you
been
can have a
nerves,
good
but
arm, but it has to be accurate, because if you're too strong, you know what I mean? Like, it don't go nowhere. It just gets there, but it has no directory at all.
Yeah, he was trying too hard.
What standards are y'all holding him to? Are y'all holding him to a legit rookie standard that just came in and got thrown into the fire, or the Brock Purdy standards? Because there's a difference.
I'm holding him to a
You can't hold him and Brock Purdy to the same
fire.
standards, because Brock Purdy came in and he had a couple games under his belt. They threw this man in and was like, "Hey, bro, we need you to get us to the playoffs."
He played a couple of games this year.
That's what I'm.
But
every game Bridgewater played in, he didn't finish. So
but I'm saying, was it consistently rolling? Like, was it his team, his squad?
Not from start to finish.
Not from start to finish.
First of all, Skyler ain't the type of quarterback you can say this your team, this your squad.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but you cannot hold him and Brock Purdy to the same standards.
How come you can't? When Brock Purdy,
they have different
Brock
roles.
Purdy's first game, Compare
Brock
his
Purdy-
first game to Brock Purdy's
Skyler.
first.
They had
Sky-
different
Skyler
roles.
not
though.
that dude, man.
They had different. I'm not saying he's that dude, but I'm
Skyler
saying
wasn't
they
brought
had
there for
different
that.
roles.
What do you
Well,
mean?
no,
If this is your team, there's no one else here. This is your squad.
I agree to an extent.
Skyler ain't on the team for that. It was just the position he was presented with.
Well,
agree.
so
We
Brock
were,
That's what I'm
if,
saying. We
if-
can't
if
hold
we
him.
were,
Right.
if we were really, we had Mike Glennon on the roster. We could have activated him and put him in the fucking game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
all I'm saying is I don't
Get some
think
veteranship out of it, but you can't. You're not going to seriously say, "Hey, we put Skyler in there." 'cause
Right,
we got a
right,
shot
right.
at
Nah,
it."
Yeah,
but
you
we're never
didn't
gonna
expect
say that.
anything out of it.
But you were never
Go
going
ahead,
to say that about Purdy until Lance and Garoppolo
Right.
Purdy either.
But here's the
Like,
difference.
It just happened that Purdy went a different
He just
direction than Skyler
Well,
did.
No,
Here's
there's
the
no one
difference.
else there.
Here's the difference is, and we had this conversation episodes ago as well. Input quarterback here in this system in San Francisco. Input quarterback here. You could have took Skylar Thompson and inputted him in San Francisco, and this is what we need you to do.
I think so.
But in Miami, this is a brand new coach reinventing the Dolphins. You're inputting him into, I don't want to, it's not like I'm downing your Dolphins, but you're inputting him into chaos. This
Right.
isn't a spot for a rookie quarterback to
And
be.
they were desperate to get that win. So it's like if you throw a quarterback in there and he knows the desperation is on him. I'm not saying desperate, but it's like if we don't win, we go home. You're playing desperate. You should play desperate. Like I mean,
the
Skyler
Bills were too. No, I agree.
Skyler impressed me from the simple fact that he kept his team in the game. Like he was a game manager. Like he didn't do anything probably too crazy, but like the fact that it was 34-31, I did not think it was going to be that close at all with Skyler.
I honestly don't think that was him. I
whoa.
thought that if he was a little bit better at this moment, and he is young,
I don't
so
put
he
it
has a
all
lot
on
of time to
Skyler.
grow.
Right.
Now you can.
It was from
Good
fucking
coaching.
the second down of the game. It was play calling. We're
Right.
hiking the damn ball at 0 every single fucking play all game long. You cannot do that with a rookie. When he catches a rhythm, you need to have rhythm plays.
Right.
You need to have rhythm calling. You need to have rhythm offense.
Right.
What Miami has done over the season, when they get a rhythm going, they go no huddle. Can't go no huddle with Skyler.
Right. And
Couldn't.
this is McDaniel's first year as a head coach, right?
Mhm.
So
He's
yeah,
trying to do too much.
Right. My hat still goes off to you guys, Q, even in the loss, because you got a rookie head coach who's
Mhm.
working with a third string. Motherfuckers did not expect to have to work with their third string. To your point, Cliff, I do agree with you saying with the 49ers and the system and all that. But also, we know Shanahan's, I don't want to say veteran just yet, but he's a little bit more established as a head coach.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, I applaud the Dolphins is what I'm getting at, because for a rookie head coach and the third string to do what they did against the Bills and damn near win, I almost bet on y'all, Q, like up until the bet closed. I damn near.
But the Dolphins, they're
I
low-key
told
some
you.
dogs. They're low-key.
They are. Xavier
They're
Howard
good.
had that.
Yeah,
have
they're
always
good.
been. We just never had a quarterback.
They've always
said-
been top 5 in defense efficiency. For
But
sure.
that says a lot about Mike McDaniel in a good way, bro. You
Exactly.
lost by 3 points with your third string quarterback to the
I
Bills.
like him. He
I
won
thought
me
you were-
over.
I do too. I
I
thought you were.
told you, I love that
Oh.
that little corny, nerdy
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he-
he looked like
Yeah.
somebody from Big Bang Theory.
You know he gotta be smart.
Hey,
I'm
Q.
like, there's no way he's respected in the position that he's in unless he's super smart.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or just cool. You feel me? Like he probably.
No.
Like,
Mm-mm.
I mean, not
No.
you
I
can't
don't
just
know
be
about
that, but
He-
he seemed
he-
like he cool as well. But
He quirky cool though.
I think if
Right.
he
No, but
had-
I'm saying if you're, you know how there's smart people that don't know how to communicate with others. They're secluded. You know what I mean? What I mean by cool is to relay the information you have in your head to other people.
Nope.
even
Yeah.
beyond
He's
beyond
so
that,
smart. You gotta respect it.
But
Does
look at the personalities
Yeah.
he has around him, though. He has Tyreek Hill. He has Jalen Waddle. And then he's in Miami. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be somewhat of a team player and feel what these players are feeling to keep that in control.
You're saying the egos.
Man, that's my whole point. That's why I'm saying he has to be that smart, because this is not somebody that those men are going to look at and respect based off of physical, his stature. You know what I'm saying? He's nerdy looking. So this is not like they're looking at him like, oh, he's cool. He got some edge to him.
I'm not saying cool and edge. I'm just saying like he is close to their age. Like they can relate to him. Other than there's someone that's
beyond all that.
With white hair. You know what I mean?
Give him leverage. He has to be highly intelligent to be in that
position.
I said that.
I agree. He's a new coach, though. He's a coach that will go into the huddle and tap his quarterback on the chest and say, "That's
talk to his guys.
I had a bad play call. I didn't mean to set you up."
And that takes some type of coolness. Right. Not everybody does that.
Out of any other, I won't say any other coach, but that's not the traditional coaching model.
I told y'all,
he cares about his players. You feel me? Like to do that, you have to be tapped in with your players. You feel me?
I told y'all I liked him. Well, I don't know what game it was. Miami was up, I guess something crazy, and he calling stuff to Tua's hit in the headset, and he just fucked with him and said Georgia's the best team in the SEC. He just like I fuck with Mike McDaniel, bro.
Like that's funny as fuck, bro. Yeah, that's funny. Because
I think I do remember talking not bad about him in the beginning before the season started, but I think I lumped him in with the new nerdy coach.
I did too. Him and Nick Sirianni, but look at them both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at them both.
And I'm always willing to say when I'm wrong. And
you gotta remember about McDaniel. McDaniel was offensive coordinator in San Fran now.
Right. With Shanahan.
Right.
He got some experience being in tune with them young fellas.
Right.
That's interesting. That's a good point.
And he had Jeff Wilson.
And Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, Mostert.
Yeah.
So here's my quick question then. So a lot of people I hear analysts are saying coach of the year should and probably will go to Brian Daboll from the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no.
But I feel like you could put a McDaniel in that interview or that scenario.
Why would
I think you could.
Why would he get it though?
I mean, I think that's decent I don't think that's a bad call because I mean the Giants historically have been fuck ups even with Eli.
Yeah, Darren.
So were the Jets though. You know what I'm saying? They did exactly what the Jets did. I'm just going off of the second.
Wait, what? They did what the Jets did. No, they didn't.
On the type of come up that they had this year, how could you say
Giants made the playoffs, Darren, and they're making a run. The Jets didn't make the playoffs and make a run, bro.
So you're saying that the Giants are about to win this week?
No, but they've gotten far.
The game ain't played yet.
Jets, regardless.
The game hasn't been played yet.
Darren, now you know that was a dumbass question. Asking me as an Eagles fan with my jersey on and my background.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, what I would think is if he beat the Eagles, yes, maybe he could be so in stone the coach of the year. But right now, I don't see how you can say he's
the reason they're leaning towards him, just for all the podcast people too out there, any listeners, is because the Giants, like Cliff said, they haven't been shit in years. You know what I'm saying? Like they have been trash. So the fact that he's kind of revived them with a Daniel Jones, and he's leading them to the playoffs. What's up, Les? I can't
my guy.
Even though I don't like the Giants because they're rivals, you feel me? Like I'm gonna give credit and credit's due. Like he's revived the Giants. Like, do I think we'll win? I don't want to jump ahead. Yeah, but I'm nervous though. I'm not thinking it's gonna be a walk in the park.
You should be.
I'm not thinking it's gonna be a walk because they've caught rhythm right. They've caught fire. They caught rhythm right now,
and they seem healthy coming into it.
Right. So I respect them, Darren.
I agree with Malk. I think that the Philly will pull it off, but this is going to be a war.
It's not going to be no walk in the park. It's not going to be no, you just going to run through them.
Man, Saquon Barkley making it a full season is a testimony to coaching. You ain't running that man in the ground, and he was very productive at the same time.
Well, he didn't make it a full season.
I think he was hurt a little bit.
To me, he's still in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He's not.
I think he missed like 3 games, but
I take them 3 if he's still playing.
No, I agree
in the playoffs.
I agree, and he looks.
I take that to coaching, man. I take it to coaching, man.
Yeah, I gotta give. All I was saying, I gotta give credit and credit's due. Rivals or not, Giants or not, Daboll been doing this thing. Mike McDaniel, I could see it going either or.
But I should have looked that up.
What, coach of the year?
I should have been looking up all that bullshit.
I can look up a couple things. NFL.
Right, Philly.
No, because I don't think it'll be Philly because we lost a couple games. Plus, he's a second-year coach. Daniel's a first-year coach, and I think this is Daboll's first. Is it his first or second year? It might be his. I don't know if it's Brian Daboll's first or second year.
It'll be his first.
Yeah. So if that's the case, like I said, between the two, I could see. Now looking online, like I said,
they're saying that he ain't going. Okay, listen to this because it makes sense. I get what you're saying, Malcolm, but
right.
They're basically saying he only had 10 wins, right?
Right.
Third place in the division.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in NFL standards, that's not standards for coach of the year. If anything, but there's no most improved coach of the year. I get what you're saying. But there's no most improved coach of the year. Coach of the year is usually going to be the person that was the most value to probably the most valuable team. And that's usually how it goes.
No, coach of the year is usually who they
Malcolm, don't lie.
This say I'm not lying.
Who they deem were most important to their team and only getting 9 or 10 wins in the season and third in their division.
So they made it to the playoffs for only the second time in more than a decade.
I mean, so did the Browns 2 years ago, and we didn't get no coach of the year.
And they made it for the first time since 2016.
Same with the Browns, and we didn't get coach of the year.
Y'all never had a coach to be coach of the year besides.
But I'm saying we had the same exact season, and we had the same exact history, if not even worse.
Well, maybe they're just hating.
So I'm just saying. So if those are the requirements, then damn, we got snuffed.
Well, okay, hold on. Here it goes. Hold on. This is from ProFootballTalk.com/NBC Sports. It says the coach of the year typically refers to the coach whose team most exceeded the general expectations that existed before the season started.
So why would you say that the Giants have been better than the Jets? So that's what I'm saying, and the Commanders. So why would you say you automatically give it to the Giants?
Well,
thank you, Cliff.
No, but he didn't say further. He said further than expected.
But exceeded expectations. So that means that the expectations have not ended until they get bumped. So they're still exceeding expectations as we speak.
I guess But third in the division is not exceeding many expectations.
All I'm saying is I see why they would put him up there.
To be third in the division and still make the playoffs and not have the best record.
But why couldn't that just be like a Saquon Barkley thing?
Because it's coach of the year. That's not
I get what you're saying, but they won one playoff game.
But let's be real. Saquon only had what? I just looked it up today. 4, I want to say, 100-yard rushing games this season.
But without those 4, they probably would have 4 less wins.
That could be true as well.
I'm just being honest.
But I'm saying if you don't do it as consistent as that, then it seems like it's a coaching situation.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think you'll win, and we can bet on that, Malcolm.
I mean, he's already leading.
Philly will win?
No, I don't think that he'll win.
He's already leading the voting. So, I mean, I don't know how you think he wouldn't win, but okay.
Because if they lose this week and somebody else...
What did Cliff just tell you? Even if they were to lose to my Eagles on Saturday, he still exceeded expectations for the third in the division, making the playoffs and having...
Everybody else that's here are usually here. So that expectation hasn't been exceeded because you're usually in the playoffs, which would only leave.
But you want to also know who could get it though? Mike McCarthy.
No.
Why couldn't he?
Because the Dallas is expected.
The Cowboys are not expected. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl this year, the Cowboys are not expected to win the Super Bowl. If the Cowboys even make it to the Super Bowl, Mike McCarthy can win.
You just talked about it last podcast. They're called America's team.
But they said last year Mike McCarthy should have got ran out of there. So if they're saying that He
They're
got
always
right out of there last year, and then
No.
if he gets to the Super Bowl this year, how could you not say
well,
that?
no, because the Cowboys, and it's okay. So the Cowboys, being America's team, do get held to a higher standard. You
Right.
by
can
their fans, though.
right,
By their
right.
fans,
But
though.
you can get run. You can say a coach can get run out of there with a 7-win season. You don't usually see that anywhere else. A 7-win season get you run out of your squad. So
Right.
I mean, you are still exceeding expectation. I don't want to get it confused, but I don't know that it's as big of like I'm as impressed with that.
But
as
in
I
the
am
last
with the
like
New York situation.
3 years, what are the expectations other than them having Zeke and Dak? What really are the expectations of the Cowboys other than what they show us every
according
year?
to their roster and the moves they make, they should be in the playoffs every year. Now, whether they
On
live up to
paper
that or
they
not,
should, but like
right.
realistically,
But whether
they
they live up to-
show us every year that they are not capable.
What I'm saying is, on paper, you prove my point. On paper, the Giants aren't supposed to make the playoffs or be in the playoffs, especially as a third in the conference.
Right.
Dallas is supposed to be in the playoffs. When they don't make it, that's their fuck up. On paper, they're supposed to be.
Right.
And right now they're in the playoffs, so they're living up to what's on paper.
Right.
The
But
Giants
we also
they're living
can't
up
go
to
off of,
expectation as opposed to exceeding.
but why can't we
Mhm.
go off of ratings in your conference and records? Why can't we just do that other than who you have on your team?
What do y'all always call the NFC East, Cliff?
The least.
Everybody, the
The
least.
least.
They
Everybody's
just
gonna
had
make it.
3 teams make the playoffs.
Hasn't been done since 1997, Darren. Probably the year you was 1 year old. The last time that's been done.
And that's always a coaching thing.
I'm just saying.
Whoa.
No, that could be
I
ownership
got
though.
you.
That could be ownership. That could be a lot of things.
And it could just be
Oh.
who's playing for you as well.
I mean, that's involved.
A lot of the teams been the same, and they've had different coaches. He's just the only one to exceed the expectations.
I don't know, but we ain't gonna get hung up on it. We going to wait and see what the coach is. The
It
year
might
is.
crash out.
But that was a Did we get into it? Nah, we didn't
30.
even get into it. Giants 31, Vikings 24. Daniel Jones.
I just want to say, Darren, I told you so about them Vikings several weeks ago. Mal, don't they put up like 30 points plus a game? Mal, Justin Jefferson, he gonna do this, who gonna stop? Try to tell you they weren't who you thought they were, bruh. Go ahead, Cliff.
No, I think I said that too. Like, I think we talked about it, and I said a scheme can shut down one player. And it looked like that's what it was. Giants played a scheme to shut Justin Jefferson down, and they forced Thielen to beat him, who I've always said can't.
And Cliff, what I say was going to happen when we told Darren last time, I said, let somebody get some pressure on that offensive line. Get to Kirk Cousins. He ain't going to get
Bruh,
that.
I ain't been on the podcast in 2 weeks, and they didn't win every game but the one last week. So I said that 2 weeks ago.
Listen, Kirk Cousins still threw for 80%, 79.5.
All I'm saying is
73, 2 touchdowns.
you have
no
belief in
interceptions.
the Vikings. You have belief in the Vikings because they won a few games. And I said once the money counts, aka the playoffs.
Yeah, but the
And he had a
Vikings were
rushing
doing
touchdown.
decent. They were doing decent all year, though. You can't say that I'm just saying the Vikings were decent just for a few games. They showed decency
was.
all year. They were good all year. Like
I'm not denying that. I said when it counts, you'll see who the real Vikings. That's what I'm saying. I've been saying all season. When teams like that play when it counts, you'll see the
boy,
real.
how you gonna feel if your Eagles lose to the Giants? That's what I really want to know.
I won't feel bad. They're not a bad.
They're on their way. Listen, if they so happen to lose this year, I would be scared to be facing Philly next year.
Right.
With
And
the
don't
I thought you were about
picks that
to
they
say.
got
I thought you were about
coming
to say you're scared to be facing the Giants. I was like, why?
because
No, I would be scared to be facing Philly next year.
we got a number 10 pick in the first round this upcoming draft, bro. We good either way.
It's gonna be tough. I'm not
We
gonna
built the
lie.
last. If we don't do it this year, baby, we built the last.
But and they young.
Right.
Y'all gonna
That's
get
tough.
the running back?
Huh?
They
I
better
don't know.
not. They
Miles
better not.
Sanders just Miles Sanders just had a great season, and we got what's his name, Boston Scott.
Boston Scott. I would improve your defense. I would go linebacker.
Well, we already got Nakobe Dean. I told you last year from Georgia.
Still need another linebacker out there.
I wouldn't use my draft pick on like defense though, because
or a safety.
There's so many free agents that would come play in Philly though. I wouldn't use my draft pick.
I do.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, you know I mean, I was just saying running back because running backs don't have many years.
They might trade it away. We'll see. TBD.
I would get a running back because
right.
They only have like 5 years, bro. So it's like Jalen Hurts and Devontae Adams and AJ Brown. They got some time.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae.
Yeah, that's your name, Malcolm TBD King.
They got some time, so like to go get a fresh little running back, work him in with them. You feel me?
We'll see.
What's that dude's name from Texas? He's a dog. He was averaging
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. He's a dog.
He's number 1 on the running back list. We gonna
He's
get to
a
that
dog.
too. But yeah, they got it. It was good defense on both sides, I will say. That was a quarterback battle, though. Daniel Jones rushed for more than both running backs did.
Daniel Jones had a breakout
yards.
I guess he had a record-breaking game for the Giants or something. Like no quarterbacks in Giants history or something.
I think all-purpose yards.
Something, yeah.
I don't think it was that. Was it that? I can't remember. But yeah, moving on, let's get into these Ravens, because Les, you've been real quiet. You look like you stopped. Don't let them catch you slipping.
What's up?
That 16-27.
There's a lot we can unpack, but we'll keep it short. We'll keep it short, sweet, to the point. The Ravens had a chance to knock off their AFC North rival. And Ravens did what Ravens do sometimes. They blow chances. Bro, why would you try to extend the ball over the goal line and everybody's in the goddamn middle, bro?
For the run back, shout to Sam Hubbard, OSU alum.
That nigga ran that shit, bro. He was tired. They had to give him that little gas mask.
99 yards.
The Ravens, they had a win. The defense was holding up. Marcus Peters was doing what he does. And, we was keeping Jamar and them, containable. So, really, the Ravens shot themselves in the foot. And, they blew the game. That touchdown alone would have – because, they missed that extra point. The Bengals had missed an extra point. And then, our defense was sticking. Burrow was getting smacked on his back a lot. It was looking bad on that O-line. Then they O-line, Jonas Williams went out with an injury, which is one of my favorite linemen from Alabama. So I was like, God damn, they looking real ugly right now.
All that stuff you said, Les, and none of it mattered. Y'all still.
That was Evan Money Mac McPherson's first postseason miss.
Listen, y'all didn't stand a chance. If Lamar didn't come back, y'all didn't stand a chance.
That's how when the game was. We was winning. We was winning.
I don't.
We blew it.
I did.
We blew it.
I like Tyler.
And the Dolphins look good as well, but at the end of the day,
nah, the Dolphins didn't look good at all. That's trash.
Yeah, they did.
Trash. They didn't look good only when Tua was out there. Tua got his belt.
We're talking about this one playoff.
Look at him plugging up.
Oh, man.
Based off of what you just told me, the Dolphins look good, but at the end of the day, the Ravens are not the better team. There was no way they were going to beat them.
Cap, take away that fumble and we'll see. But they lost, so it is what it is. Lamar won't be in Baltimore unless they franchise tag him.
He won't be in Baltimore, bruh.
Yeah, they said. I think this is a bad divorce. I think they said it best.
He won't be in Baltimore. If they try to franchise tag this man, he got massages as well.
Whoa!
Watch.
Whoa.
Watch. Something gonna come out about Lamar.
Baltimore don't do that. Baltimore don't. We're
Don't
not
put
the
that on
Texans.
that man, Cliff. Don't put that on that man, bro.
Yeah,
Why?
Baltimore doesn't.
Don't
Baltimore-
put that on that man.
Watch.
Baltimore didn't do that with Flacco. Chill out. Don't talk that.
Watch.
Don't do that.
That's still.
Damn, bro.
Watch. If they franchise tag him and he refuses to play, watch.
Nigga, he could just sit out there.
Exactly.
He ain't gotta play, but his bread ain't that long, bro. You gotta play somewhere. Like
If
your
he
bread.
gets franchise tag, first and foremost, I will not commit suicide. Watch. You feel me? You feel
We'll
me?
We'll see.
Watch.
But that's the business, man. I mean, I think that would be a terrible business decision. They need to give that man what he. I mean, because they were saying that with Lamar on the field, he's scoring like 13 more points a game. So him alone is scoring 13. So imagine you got him in there instead of Huntley or Anthony Brown. You winning that game.
That's the only way. That's the whole point. That's the only way y'all win that game.
But we could have won though. But we didn't. We didn't. Okay, I get that. But I'm just saying though.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, there's too many woulda, coulda, shouldas. If you had this player, if you had that, at the end of the day, you got to go with what you have. And with what you have, you cannot beat the Bengals. You need Lamar Jackson.
I don't think we needed Lamar in that.
And I want to bring up something because I heard a little bit on I don't know if it was what's the show with Stephen A. What's Stephen A's show?
First Take.
First Take. They were talking about Lamar today, and basically they were implying, and I think this is wrong. They were implying that the reason why he doesn't have his deal is, again, we talked about this, is because his mom is representing him.
That was undisputed, Brett.
That was on the undisputed. Okay, because I'm listening, but I'm not really. I'm not watching it. I was listening to it.
That's what
I just think that is crazy that they are saying she is the reason he doesn't have his deal. And here's the thing. If she is the reason that he doesn't have his deal, then they're getting ready to break down a couple barriers. Right. Because he's going to get his money.
Right.
And they're going to have to give it to him through her.
Right.
So if that's the reason, if the reason is she's not a part of this
fraternity
majority, you know what I mean, boys club, then it's time for it to be broken. So we can sit and we can condone it like, oh, well, you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's time for a change.
It's the same thing with LeBron and Rich Paul. They made a big deal about Rich Paul being able to be an agent because you haven't had the 2,000 games or whatever. It was a whole bunch of a list. And then look what happened. LeBron broke through that based off his talent. And now Rich Paul is the highest paid agent.
Right.
And you're outside of the fraternity. They don't want it to break down.
If I was, that's basically, and that's my issue with the whole thing. Especially when you're talking about somebody like Stephen A. You have to be against that. And you got to speak out against that because that is not a benefit to us. You know what I'm saying? So if that is the situation where it is a boys club and she's not XYZ, then you need to be in 100% support of her leading him to get his money, basically. Right. Because it's just going to hurt us.
I agree 1,000%.
I support Lamar getting his money. Like I said, if Baltimore doesn't give him the money or whatever, I mean,
it shouldn't matter who he got. He could have a fucking chimpanzee in the. He deserves his money.
I mean, you're talking. These are billionaires, man. Like it's all about control. So I mean, they're playing the money game. They know because they know. Okay, either way they go. If we franchise tag him, all right, cool. You know he's going to try to not dip, but they still got the rights to him. So it's like, where's he going to go? Like they could try, and then they could match the offer. See, but Baltimore could get fucked in this because they can not only lose him, but if they try to be like, oh, Texans are gonna give him like $500 million. They could try to match that offer, and then that's going to cost them double of what he's actually asking. So, you know, this could play to his advantage. I like it. Be risky. And you know, he's going to be 100% coming off for this knee injury.
He good regardless.
Man, listen, they are doing something that I feel like even with LeBron, it showed time and time again, and it's always going to show at the end. When you got extreme level of talent, you can't play those games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't play those games when you have someone that talented. Like, you can't play with LeBron because he's with Rich Paul. Like, no, you're going to miss out on way too much money. What do they call him? A one-man stimulus plan when he came back to Cleveland? Right. Stop playing with these people. You can't control that. You can't get anything to replicate that. And because you can't play these games.
And we ain't seen a Lamar since Vic.
And now he's a billionaire.
So you can't risk letting that go.
Nah. Shout out to Lamar.
Get
Ravens,
your money, bro, and get your mama that money.
Get your mama facts. Get that bag. They might start a whole new agency just off of that, and it's minority based. It's women owned. Oh my, this is a whole nother legion they can start.
Listen, don't let Biden hear this. He might endorse it with the blood money of a fucking Russian arms dealer.
I'm playing.
Kinda. But let's move on. Last game. Cowboys Bucks, man.
Ooh.
Britt. Oh, my baby shower head. Oh.
Trash. Yeah, you got Todd Bowles as your coach. Byron Leftwich is the offensive coordinator. Banged up offensive line.
Nah, I think Britt was right. Britt was absolutely correct. Jizzy from the block sent him something. Whether it was a text message, a video, something to throw him off his game. He did it.
No, he was definitely off. He was definitely off.
Interception first drive in the red zone.
Yep.
And I don't want to say in the red zone like it's not harder to get a completion there. It is. But still, like, you're Tom Brady. Come on now.
I mean, it wasn't a Brady-like season, though. I mean, from even obviously
from the Blizzy.
I don't know.
Man, he brought the kids to the house.
I can't speak on the man's situation.
You is stupid. You thought you was gonna have your 30 days alone to prepare? Nah. It's your turn. I'm going to kick it with that jiu-jitsu instructor that I met down in Cabo.
Yeah.
Or Costa Rica or wherever the fuck she was.
Never know what that man's going.
Listen, man. She threw him for a loop.
Oh, shit.
Whole loop-de-loop. He threw for 53%. He did get 351 yards, though. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. 72.2 rating. That is not the Brady I know. He fought on the yards, but that's not the Brady I know.
It didn't sound too bad. I don't know.
I mean, 45 years old. Like I said, you got all the off the field shit. You got some on the field stuff that ain't going right. Man didn't have the most ideal year.
Now, as much as I won't say I'm upset, but I'll say I'm wrong, as well as LaShawn McCoy. Your boy Dak showed the fuck up.
Everybody gets hype off of one game.
I'm just saying though, this is a good game to get hype off of in a regular season game. 75.8% completion, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 143.3 QBR with 1 rushing touchdown.
If he can play like that or similar to that against the 49ers, I'll be impressed.
Okay.
If that's which that won't be the case, then yeah.
He's not doing
that. They're not.
He's not doing it again.
They're not the greatest team. They're not the greatest team.
No, I don't agree. I do
that's
agree.
That's not a tough team to be matched up with as far as the Cowboys go. Like that's easy. That's easy. Both sides of the ball. But the 49ers though, you do that against them, oh yeah, I'll give you props. I give you major props.
I think it's definitely feasible.
Nah.
Dallas is going to lose.
So you would rather Geno Smith over Dak Prescott?
Yep.
Geno Smith had a lot of opportunities to win that game.
Consistently. Yeah, Geno
had a lot of opportunities.
We also got to remember Dak Prescott. He still led the season in interceptions. Yeah, he had a great game when it counted. I'm not taking nothing away. Absolutely. Give him credit.
I understand.
He still led the league in interceptions at the end of the day. He still fucked up more. Now you're winning when it counts, and that's what we talk about. You gotta win when it
matters. All that matters.
But when you play that 49ers team, bro, you're playing the best defense in the league. You're playing the player. It's already they already went over the stat. You can say no as an opinion, but like we always talk about, statistically, they've already broke it down. They're the best defense in the league. They already broke it down.
Defense win championships, so defense should get to the championship. Then I don't see the 49ers getting there. They ain't got no fucking.
Oh, I don't know. You count them out
there's a difference.
Who's going to take them out?
Who's going to take the 49ers out?
Yeah, who's taking them out?
I think any AFC team takes the 49ers out.
Well, timeout. That's not what you said, Cliff. You said it might have been something else. You talked about not them winning it all. You talked about them getting there.
You said you don't see them getting there. And that's what I'm saying. Who's taking them
Super Bowl.
Oh, I tell you, the Eagles.
No,
the Eagles take out the Niners.
You're saying okay.
The Eagles take out the Niners.
So you think that the Eagles could struggle with the Giants but take out the Niners, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. At this specific point in time, because if you do remember, in the first half alone, Brock Purdy had 2 interceptions that were dropped.
Mm-hmm.
2 interceptions that were dropped in the first half of the game.
Jitters. That's first playoff game jitters.
Well, it's only going to get harder, so the jitters are only going to get shakier.
Once you get that first game out the way, you might be good to go.
Could be, and don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind seeing the 49ers take it just for the story. I don't have any fucking horse in this race. Why not get Mr. Irrelevant the chance to be relevant, and then the NFL cares about all the last picks in the draft? People start getting paid more. I'm for that.
This would be a Nick Foles situation. This would be a Nick Foles situation all over again. Backup comes and takes him all the way there and wins it.
It'd be a little deeper than that. Just if he wins it, there's movies about this man.
Mm-hmm.
The last pick of the draft that comes in. This is the Any Given Sunday story without what's the nigga, the old dude, the old white dude that dove into the end zone to get the win at the end of it. Can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about. There'll be movies about him, is all I have to say.
Really Brock Purdy.
At the end of the day, the 49ers are I believe they are the favorites right now
to win it all.
No, I'm talking about the NFC, to represent the NFC.
I can see why.
And they have, like I said, I'm pretty sure they have the soon-to-be Defensive Player of the Year on their team. They've got a tough squad. Bosa's about
yeah.
Yeah, he's about
has
to be
been doing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's about to win it. He's in the.
He has been doing a lot.
That Niners, that team as a whole, man, is to be respected. That's all I'm saying. I think so. Yeah, the Cowboys-Niners game is going to be the real test for Dak.
OSU alum, even though you faked the injury, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so if he can win against some Niners and put up some numbers, man.
I could see it taking place. I don't think that the Niners are as tough defensively as the league is trying to make it out to be.
Well, they're all right. They're not terrible.
They are all right. They're consistent.
The Vikings or something.
They're consistent at all 3 levels. The line, of course, carries the burden. They the one who puts the team on the back. But they're consistent at all 3 levels. All I'm saying is I'm not against what you've been preaching all season, Mount. Bradbury at corner and Slay at safety is a tough matchup.
But I have to be realistic with my team, and they haven't been playing tough on defense lately. They've been playing very poor on defense.
Oh, my Reeds is in the chat. She said, "Do you think Hawk should pay Geno 30 or 35 million?" I mean, it depends. It depends.
He's a little old, ain't he? He a little old.
He what? What did we live
They already said he's coming back. That's already been stated.
28.
As what though?
You said Geno's 28?
Yeah, isn't he like 28?
Oh, he's like 33. Not 28.
He might be
I think
30.
he should come back. But
You know how long Geno Smith
He's
I know he-
32.
for? You know how long
Is
He's 32.
I know he came to the Jets, right?
Right.
started with the
Yeah,
Jets.
he
Right.
was drafted by the Jets
Right.
out of West
Hey,
Virginia.
Siri, how
He
old
was
is
only there
Geno?
for 2 years, though.
He's
and then
32.
He was
went
there
to-
for more than that. He went there once and then came back again.
Right,
Remember we
right.
talked about that before. Hey Siri, how old is Geno Smith?
Too old.
Right, that's what she got to
So
say.
balling.
I ain't think he was that
He's-
old, though.
He was born in
He's 32.
He's born in 1990, like Q said. He's 32, about to be 33 this
Yeah.
October.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's been in the league for
But-
a while.
To answer your question, my reads, I think you give him the 35.
And by the way,
Who the fuck else? Who else you gonna give it to? Unless you going for
Nobody.
some. Why do you have that number 1 patch on your screen?
Because I'm number one.
Number one at what?
I asked you like
Making
that was
predictions,
against the
bad
rules,
predictions.
didn't I? Why is that right? You said what,
Confidence.
Brett?
so real quick, back to what we were talking about. The 49ers allowed the fewest total points through 17 games this season at 277. Teams averaged about 16 points per game against them.
See, this is when I'm not gonna lie. This is when I feel like the nerdy shit skews the game, right? Because you can put stats together game by game. But we all know stylistically matchups are different based on who you play as well as situationally. Now, you may have been able, just like I said, it's going to be a harder game for y'all. Y'all smoked the Giants before in the season, but this is a completely different situation for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So those stats don't read shit like that. That's when the players that you don't expect to show out end up coming to the table or whatever the case may be. But you can't just say because they held them in the season. That's a good stat. Don't get me wrong. But it's not a playoff stat. Playoffs
Right.
are played different.
But you're going into the playoffs with this reputation.
All I'm saying is I saw that Seattle 49ers situation.
I don't know. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
All I'm saying is I know that I saw that Seattle 49ers situation, and as we talked about teams exceeding expectation, the Seahawks definitely did. And the fact that you did the 49ers like that, don't get me wrong, they pulled away in the second half, but there was room for them to win the game. Like I said, Geno Smith had multiple times to win that game. He
Well,
let
he's a
that
vet.
game go.
Well, he's a veteran. It was his first time in the playoffs. So was Brock Purdy's, and he's a rookie. Why didn't Geno Smith win that game? He's a veteran.
Different timelines. You know, we get skewed by life.
But Geno had the bigger body of work this season.
Right,
Had more reps, way more reps than Purdy.
right. But like we said, sometimes ignorance is bliss. And you go in there not knowing exactly the situation, that's better for you. Especially when you know you're protected by your offensive scheme, you're good. Geno got thrown into Russell Westbrook's old shoes. Nothing
Russell-
changes. You still,
Russell Wilson.
I said Russell Westbrook, Russell Wilson. Nothing changes. You still run for your life and complete passes when you can. Purdy's had it real nice.
That's true.
Had it real nice for a rookie coming into any organization. He's had it pretty laid out for him. Red carpet, no pun intended.
But Pete Carroll's a former Super Bowl and college winning
But
coach.
we know Pete Carroll's been going senile for years now.
But how can you say that when his team made the playoffs?
How can you say that? The Marshawn Lynch question that everybody's asked for the history of the NFL.
You can say the same thing about Bill Belichick and his team when they were doing that last minute shit this season.
There's no history. There's no point in history where I question Belichick like that Pete Carroll decision. And I'm not saying Pete Carroll isn't a good coach. I'm just saying that you've been making some iffy decisions for a while now.
I mean, at the end of the day, when we're looking at results, though, there's a reason I guess they're keeping him around is what I'm getting at. There's a reason why they haven't let him go.
They're keeping him around the same reason LeBron, the same reason that that Kobe, Wade, everybody had a farewell season. We have respect for you for what you've done over the years, so we're not going to force you out. But it's nothing more than that, because he's been fucking up as well. Let's not get that confused. Nobody expected Geno Smith to get them to the playoffs. That was by luck of the draw, flip of the coin.
So he exceeded expectations is what you're saying.
Geno or Pete Carroll?
Here's the other side with Pete Carroll, though. Pete Carroll and the Seahawks have made the playoffs 9 out of the last 10 years.
Right.
There are not a ton of teams in the league that can make that same claim.
That's a good point.
And that's what I'm saying, Cliff. There's a reason why they keep him.
Right.
He's exceeding
he's at least meeting
expectations.
Let's not. You're right. Let's not give him.
But if the goal of the franchise, again, the Seahawks, correct me if I'm wrong, they haven't been around forever, have they?
They have.
One of the last 4 or 5 teams.
When did the Seahawks come into the NFL?
Playoff stuff only goes back to '83 for them, so they've been around long enough. But still, there aren't a lot of teams in the league that have been to the playoffs 9 out of the last 10 years.
Right.
Patriots, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots are also in the AFC. I'm just saying. Seahawks don't have a hard fight.
Why don't they?
I wouldn't say that. Hold on. I wouldn't say that. 49ers and the Rams, they had to go through them to get even to the playoffs half the time.
Yeah, but
the Rams suck this year.
That's of recent years, though.
I mean, the Seahawks, they did all right a couple years ago.
In the past 10 years, Cliff, you had Drew Brees, you've had Aaron Rodgers. You've had a slew of great quarterbacks.
You had some decent quarterbacks. I'm not going to lie about that.
So Drew Brees isn't going to be a Hall of Famer?
No, he is.
No, who said?
Well, you're saying decent. Decent to me, a decent player is not a Hall of Famer. I don't look at any player.
I'm saying as a whole, you've had some decent quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, I'll give you that.
Had some Hall of Fame quarterbacks is what we're saying. Tom Brady's now in the NFC. We know he's going to Canton. Aaron Rodgers.
He's going to Canton as the AFC. AFC.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. He won one in each division.
I hear you.
It's still an argument, but
there's been hell of Brett Favre even. There's been hell of guys in the past decade or so in the NFC.
But regardless, Drew Brees isn't lining up over Aaron Rodgers and vice versa.
I
don't even know what the argument is at this point.
Yeah, I don't.
It was a joke that the NFC is weaker. And quarterbacks are named.
Oh, and Malcolm got salty because he's an NFC.
Right, that's what it was.
I just never mind.
But
working on that.
What were we talking about beforehand?
I don't know. Q, you remember? I don't know. I don't know. Over people and
you said what? Les?
Geno Smith.
Oh yeah, Geno Smith. Yeah, nah. You gotta pay him something if you're gonna keep him around. That's period, point blank.
Pay him 15. Give him 15.
15.
Pay that boy, man. He got to deal with
15?
Pete Carroll.
I mean, bro, you still got to sign decaf to an extension at some point as well.
I don't
You
know.
gotta save some money.
You need a premium to deal with Pete
I
Carroll.
don't think Metcalf stays around the second time around. I don't think he does.
All right, well then give Geno. He can get 22.5.
My Reeks chimed in the chat, said 30 or 35. I said give him all
You're
of it.
wild. You're wilding. Y'all about to blow y'all cap on one quarterback that's 33. Y'all wilding.
Blow what cap?
You ain't blowing no cap.
They ain't made no moves in how long?
I understand that, but
You
I'm
got
just saying.
young
Okay,
running
but you
back. You
got,
ain't got to pay them.
bro. You all right? Kenneth Walker, you're gonna have to pay him at some point.
At some point.
And then you got.
That's what in 3 years.
Right, right.
Bro.
2 at least.
Bro, I'm saving that money for
Hopefully, Geno ain't dead in 3 years.
Nah, man.
Shit. No disrespect. I'm just saying.
He will be. He's about to be 33. He's not your long-term plan. He's definitely.
So I ain't about to spend 150 million then. Fuck that, nigga. You gonna play for this money?
Man, get him in. Yeah, exactly. Give him a 2-year contract.
Yeah, 2 for 20. There you go. Boom.
No,
Good.
2-year with a 1-year team option.
Right.
Right. You hear what I'm saying? I wouldn't even give him a 2. I'll give him a 1-and-1.
No, I'm saying the team make the option, not him. It ain't a player option. It's team option.
All right. So heading into 2023, the Seahawks have like the 5th highest amount of cap space. I don't think they're worried.
I ain't paying nobody no 35 million. That's 30-something years old. That ain't been proven.
Man, you got to spend the money, cuz.
Nah, cuz.
You got to spend it somewhere.
You better spend it for
save
you
it.
get
That's why that's it. We save it. That's why we got teams like the Commanders who be blowing the bag and don't get shit for it. Owners is looking crazy. I'm good.
Because they getting them high-priced ass first-round draft picks they want to get paid.
You know, all right, so this is interesting. Just because I pulled up the cap space heading into 23, the bottom 10 in terms of cap space, which in this case is negative cap space.
Right. The Saints.
The Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Titans. Titans is the only one in those first 3 that wasn't a playoff team. Chargers, Packers should have been a playoff team. Dolphins, Browns, Rams, Jags, Bills. The majority of that list is this year's playoffs.
Browns wasn't a playoff team.
Agreed. I said the majority of this list was this year's playoff squads, though. So that tells you something about the potential for the dynamic changing over the next year or two.
Right.
Like the NBA, man.
Right.
You pushed your load in. You pushed all you spent your
Oh,
wide.
you're thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying the Raiders don't really have to worry. They can still pay Josh Jacobs and pick up a quarterback.
Well, I think Devontae, Waller, Jacobs.
Well, Devontae's covered. Waller doesn't need any more fucking money.
He can't play a whole season.
Gotta pay Mad Max, and you definitely need a defense and an offensive line. So what you gonna do about that?
Nah, we don't need no. I wouldn't even put no more in the defensive line.
No, I said offensive line and you need an offensive line and a whole defense, like
They're gonna hold.
defense.
Yeah,
They're gonna hold like they've been doing, holding.
Like you need a whole new defense and a whole new.
Nah, we just need pieces.
They're gonna hold, bro. Leatherwood's gonna hold for you. He's gonna hold. He's gonna drag his guy to the ground every play.
They let him go.
Leatherwood.
They let him go.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get another Leatherwood through the draft. He's gonna hold again. He's gonna drag
that
to the
is
ground.
some weird shit though. I agree with Les. Like it's weird. Like don't get me wrong. I appreciate going for offensive linemen, but why do you always swing and miss and go for the same position over and over again?
And they hold their way down. They try to hold on to that 4 years. They try to hold.
That's very weird to me. Even on defense, you got rid of McClellan.
I don't even know who that is.
You got rid of dude that came from Florida, was it? He came from Florida, I believe. You got rid of. Nah, he was supposed to be defensive tackle, defensive end, defensive tackle. Came in the same year Crosby did, or it may have been the year after.
It don't matter. They all hold anyway.
But you look at the history. They got rid of Khalil. They don't pay shit. You hear what I'm saying? They don't pay shit.
Not on defense, they don't.
Rebels. The Raiders are rebels.
So I say that to say, because you don't pay shit, I'm not even gonna say. You almost walked me in. You almost crossed me up, and I was about to say some shit.
I do appreciate Q's effigy to his team and his background.
What?
May they rest.
Is that what that's called now? The effigy. He said, "May they rest in peace."
Man, this almost was y'all nightmare.
Yeah, no shit. Our play calling in the fourth quarter was atrocious.
That's what I'm saying. You can say that right now, but I don't know. Just like I said about Mox Eagles, if they lose this year, you're going to have to worry about them next year. Miami's going to be coming for your throat for the next 2 to 3.
I mean, it's just nice to have like balance in the division. After we went like 15 years were the nothing but the Pats.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, man.
So I welcome the competition. We split the regular season with the Dolphins, and they gave us a run for our money in the postseason. So, I mean, the flip side is that game should have been 17-0 going into halftime. The fact that Josh Allen attributed for 3 turnovers or 4 turnovers by his damn self fucking irritated me. But we did what we needed to do. We still won. Play calling in the fourth quarter was too conservative. Understood why they did it. Didn't like it. And, we're going to have to come and play the Bengals this week. So
I don't know if Josh is Josh.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I had this conversation with somebody earlier today. You can't be mad at the stupid Josh Allen mistakes because those stupid Josh Allen mistakes are just as likely to be big plays. So it's like a 50-50 toss-up with him.
We talked about that earlier today.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's 50-50 at the moment.
Well, it means he's due. It means he's due to swing back to the other side.
You may be right. I'm just saying right now it just looks like he's performing, and Darren said before he dropped off he thinks it's still the elbow. I think I agree. I think that he's bothered by shit, and he can't be what he normally is.
Dynamic as he wants to be. Well, and I think the Dolphins actually did a great job. There was one particular play where they showed the Dolphins safety was spying Allen, and Allen broke the pocket, and the safety met him basically at the line of scrimmage. Like, that's what you have to do to stop him. Now, Josh also has to recognize that that's the spy on him, and that's the open zone D.
Nah, Josh said he's too big.
That's a second level spy, right? And what Q said,
right?
And what Q said. I bet I bet that he probably recognized it and was still like, I'm taking this little motherfucker.
I'm gonna run this.
Right. Right, but
right. So
right.
Gotta step humble again. So gotta step up and just
again.
Yeah, I seen that. I was watching. It was playing it. I remember I seen that, when he fumbled and it went to the end zone and they ran it in, and that changed the momentum of the game for sure.
Oh, it definitely did.
For sure. That was terrible. You don't want to see that.
Did.
Not the way to start the third quarter.
But those plays don't always happen as well. That's why I'm not taking too much away from the Bills.
Nah, the Bills will be all right.
Get those plays always.
I don't know. It put a lot on film for the Bengals, though, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
They put a lot on film. A lot.
I agree with that, and we know Tupac from above the rim, and he'll cut you the fuck up when you didn't know you was about to get cut the fuck up.
What's his name, Birdie?
Was that his name? Yep.
Yeah, Birdie. Yeah, Birdie.
Listen, he'll cut you up. He'll have it right in his hand. What the fuck you just say? I'll cut you up. That's what Joe Burrow's gonna be doing. So it's hard without what's my guy's name? Micah Hyde. Y'all ain't got Micah Hyde. That'd be a whole different season if you had him, but you don't. So,
nor do we have the backup in DeMar Hamlin. We are down to
y'all are down Hamlin.
Hamlin was Micah's backup.
Got the backup of a backup.
Good to see Poyer out there though.
Yeah,
get that motherfucker a story, Brock Purdy. Get a backup DB a story. Now you getting thrown into chaos. Fuck the quarterback. You getting thrown into chaos. It's gonna be tough for you, bruh.
Now the question on that with the Bengals is the Bills held Tyreek to under 100 yards. Tyreek and Waddle almost combined to under 100 yards. We do the same thing to the Bengals.
My OSU fam is on one this year. Eli Apple coming for you. He's coming for you, y'all. He got done dirty in the Super Bowl. Everything they was doing him. He's coming this year. I'm telling you. That's not off of facts. That's just off of my presumption.
Is he watching Chase? Is he watching Boyd? Or is he watching Higgins?
No.
Eli Apple's on that team.
He better not be on Diggs.
Number 20.
He better not be on Dave. He better not be on Davis.
Nah, he good on Davis. He better not be on Diggs.
I know.
He good on Davis. He better not be on Diggs.
They better put him on Cole Beasley.
Hey, Cole has some long boys too.
Man, listen, Eli be getting tore up.
He do. He be getting. Every time I see him, he be getting.
Last playoffs, I was like, oh my god.
I don't allegedly want to see Cole Beasley and Josh Allen's messenger correspondence stuff.
You'll see that boy.
Allegedly, I don't.
What's his name? Shakir.
He was balling. Yeah. Number 10.
Yep.
Balling, like to the point that y'all should have been had. Where Isaiah? Who?
He's been in. Him and Isaiah have split reps all season, and Shakir has dropped just as many as Isaiah has.
Okay.
So, yes, he came alive. He did what he was supposed to. Yes, I agree. He had a good game, but he has been used just as much as Isaiah has throughout the entire season.
Use him more.
Just as
many.
I
like Isaiah. I ain't stunning him, but
with all the Bills gonna have some dilemmas coming up in these off seasons. You got all these players that's breaking out. Y'all can't pay everybody. Like
they're young. They don't have to.
They don't have to. Yeah, they've got a good solid 2 years left before they have to start worrying about paying motherfuckers.
They gonna be like Golden State.
Right. Well, let's touch on this real quick, and then we'll hop into the it ain't too many pick'ems, to be honest. Oh shit.
Only 4. Down to the final.
Shit. Well, we'll do it later. I want to touch on the top, at least the top offensive positions. They got CJ Stroud, OSU.
Declared.
Yeah, 4,435 yards, 44 touchdowns. Third overall in ESPN's top 100 list. They got him second on the quarterback.
That's a mistake.
I agree.
Stetson?
Who's in front of him?
No. Bryce Young is in front of him, of course. 4,872 yards, 47 touchdowns.
Oh, I thought you were talking about for the draft. You're talking about stats.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This is for the draft. Yeah, this is for the draft.
It's not stats based though.
No. This is for the. Okay. This is for the. It clearly isn't stats based because Caleb Williams out of USC has 1,912 yards, 21 touchdowns, and he's sitting at number 3.
Okay.
So this is the top 3 picks for quarterback for the draft, right?
Quarterbacks, right? At the moment. Well, I guess this is the moment because there's no other games going to be played.
So what is the Georgia quarterback? Where they got him?
I didn't even look him up. He was too far down the list because let me put it like this. They got
That's Tom Brady in waiting, man.
Well, here's what's funny.
I've seen a lot of good things out of him.
I did too. Here's what's funny though. They got Devin Laney out of North Carolina State with 3,433 yards, 35 touchdowns. I respect. Sam Hartman out of Wake Forest at number 5. 4,200 yards, 39 touchdowns. I don't know. First of all, I question both of you, NC State and Wake Forest. Like, I question that this isn't another small school high hope situation like it has been over the past few years.
You mean they haven't had the competition?
Period.
To give them the accurate.
Period. Because there's a whole lot of other quarterbacks that I could see. Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee, I could see him. There's a whole lot of other quarterbacks that I could see taking those spots over ESPN's top 5. And understand, when I say top 5, I was pulling them from the top 100 list in order. So I would scroll until I saw the next quarterback. So Sam Hartman was actually 21 overall out of the 100. 19 was Devin Leary. So they were lower on the list, but it's still like no other quarterback above you, though.
So you're basing it off of what school they go to?
I'm basing how much I think they're good. I'm basing why you would be in the top 5 off of that school, correct?
Because Lamar Jackson went to Louisville, who's not known for football traditionally. Right. I know Josh Allen.
That's an anomaly.
That's a basketball.
Go to a big school, right?
Right, Wyoming.
Patrick Mahomes went to Texas Tech.
There's some good players that come out of there.
Basketball school.
Yeah.
So,
no, they are basketball schools, but I agree with Les. You can find some out of Texas Tech.
Good linemen that come out of there, and that dude that played on the there's some linebackers and stuff that came out of there. They got some people.
But at the end of the day, Cliff, I don't feel like you can judge a quarterback too much based off of strength of schedule. There's clearly something that they see in them to rank them like that.
I agree. I'm just saying that you've seen it wrong.
But
that might be true.
You've seen it wrong over the years.
But you've seen it wrong with the schools that should have been right. You've seen the Matt Leinarts. You've seen the Chad Henneys. I mean, you've seen.
I agree with that.
Boy, Johnny Manziel.
I agree with that. But you look at your Joe Burrows and your Trevor Lawrences, who both made the playoffs in their first 2 years.
So that it sounds like it's just the roll of the dice. It sounds like
it doesn't to me, though. It doesn't to me, because then I look at Trey Lance, who got injured. I can't take everything away, but you weren't playing the best when you were in there. I look at out of North Dakota State, for my podcast listeners. I look at the Zach Wilsons out of Brigham Young. I look at the Kenny Pickett's out of Pitt. I look at the Malik Willis out of Liberty. I look at all of them, and you are all struggling. You're all struggling. Even Kenny Pickett, as much as they want to big him up from being from Pittsburgh, he's still struggling. So when you look at these small time quarterbacks, yes, you get anomalies like
where did Brock Purdy come from?
Is it Purdue?
Oregon?
I'll look it up real quick.
I might
You
be
say
wrong.
Oregon?
I mean, here's the deal. I think that it depends on what is the system that the school runs.
I agree.
So how well are they affiliated with a pro style?
Right,
offense?
I agree.
I do think the competition you play plays a factor, but I think that that's more about how quickly you can be effective in the game. Meaning, if you're at some of these bigger SEC, Big Ten, playoff type schools, you are probably going to be able to adapt to the speed of the NFL a little quicker than someone who's coming from a smaller school who doesn't necessarily adapt to the speed. Doesn't mean you don't have the talent. Doesn't mean you don't have the arm strength. Doesn't mean you don't have the accuracy.
Right.
Getting used to the speed of the game.
That's interesting.
You may need a full season to do that, which even Trevor Lawrence did.
Right.
They need a full season to get used to that, or 2 full seasons to get used to that, versus somebody coming in from one of those schools, you might expect them to be able to step in and play right away.
Not at all. Right.
I agree with Mike. So many times that we count them in because they come from a big school. Why can't we do that and they don't reach
Right.
the expectations. So why can't we
Well,
do
you
the reverse
can.
with the small schools? No, I'm saying like look at how many times we count people in, like we give them their props coming in because they come from a big school. You know who I can't stand? Baker Mayfield comes from Oklahoma. You know, but to me, he's not an NFL starting quarterback. So why can't we, go with the reverse because he comes.
That's like every quarterback that Ohio State has put in.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
CJ
Yeah.
Stroud.
That's why I'm on the fence with CJ. With CJ, I don't know
At
how he's
2.
going to pan out.
He ain't gonna pan out.
But you know what? He's not too far off from Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
don't
but
No, he
where
is
has Fields
mentally.
been
He is
successful?
mentally.
Fields has been successful.
in either. I'm not a good judge when it comes to quarterbacks. You know who I thought was going to be good from Ohio State when they got to the pros? What's old dude? Was it Cordell?
Cardell Jones.
Yeah, Cardell Jones.
He did all right for Buffalo for a second, and then
Listen,
he died
I just
off.
thought he threw the ball so hard in college, and I'm like, man, he's throwing it too hard for them. When he get to the NFL, is he gonna be right where where they want him to
playing
be?
in like the indoor football league now.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm
Or
just saying that my vision is off when it comes to QBs coming into the NFL.
Well, and I think it's weird because it doesn't translate a lot of it.
He went to Iowa State.
Iowa. I knew it was somewhere.
And I mean,
somewhere around there, I'll say.
How many quarterbacks get drafted every year and then don't pan out with it?
Right.
Window. Like, quarterback's a big gamble, man.
It is.
You right.
I think every other position has a better chance to make an immediate impact than a quarterback does.
Look at Ryan. Marcus Russell.
I said that wasn't his fault.
Dude,
I don't know about that.
Slip and lean like him up, man.
He's partially right.
I just remember my boy Carl just ripping Jamarcus pretty much on the field, and he's a big Raiders fan too.
Oh shit!
Yeah, big time.
Come there 300 pounds of practice talking about let's go. Like, but yeah, it's all a gamble. I mean, it really is. Whether you went to a big school, a small school, it's just all a gamble. I think that's the beauty and the.
It's how well you fit with the system. Like
that too.
A lot of that comes down to the OC and can a coach build up his confidence?
Right. Which Cliff, I told you, Doug Peterson, who was already a quarterback whisperer before and won a ring, helping out Trevor Lawrence a lot. They have a good bond apparently. So that stuff matters, like Mike said.
Andy Reid with Patrick Mahomes. The reason why they got
the thing I was gonna say. This is really the Andy Reid playoffs. Because I thought about some of the head coaches that have came from his branch.
Coaching tree, yeah.
Sean McDermott and Doug Peterson.
Nah, McDermott didn't learn from Andy Reid. He learned from the mustache. Two different people.
Sean McDermott was on the Eagles, Mike.
Like I said, he didn't learn from Andy Reid. He learned from the mustache. They're two different people.
Oh, I see. All right, yeah, that motherfucker with the cheeseburgers.
The mustache calls the defense. Andy calls the offense.
That's true. That's true. I fucking loved it. Yeah, I like McDermott. I've always, obviously, yeah. But I thought that was pretty interesting to see some of those guys still in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. It's always interesting to see like coaching trees make it.
Right.
What's nice is, occasionally one of the branches on Reid's coaching tree will actually beat Andy Reid versus Belichick's coaching tree where nobody can fucking beat him.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why is that?
Because Belichick doesn't share. He keeps certain cards close to the vest where he's like, I'm not telling you all the secrets.
I remember when him and Eric Mangini had that beef.
Right.
That shit. He got his ass he got Belichick like once or twice though, I think.
Not when it counted.
And Patricia didn't do so well, and then the other guy, what's the other guy that left? Belichick's his coaches don't do so well when they leave. But
How come you didn't talk about Derek Carr's goodbye letter to Raider Nation?
Fuck Derek Carr.
Hey, Derek Carr wrote a goodbye letter?
Yeah.
You tell everybody about the good memories he said he hoped he left.
That was before the playoffs even started.
I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, what's his deal? Because he didn't come to the last games after I know they said it was because he didn't want to be a distraction, but you're really not a distraction. And if you are considered the greatest leader in the facility, you should be at the game for morale purposes, right?
I agree, but Josh Jacobs said that he wasn't even included in the final game's game plan. Well, the game before the final game, when Stidham first came in, you think it was because Carr didn't want to come?
His ego. Think about it. He's always been the starting quarterback. So to go from being behind with Stidham, like that's your ego. You had years of being the man, being the one that they come to, being the one that's almost untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what goes on, you're untouchable. You didn't play. They didn't give Mariota any playing time because of you. So he's feeling it. He was feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? So now your ego is not allowing you to still be a part of the team. It's like all or nothing. That's how I feel.
We should have left him in Oakland.
Yeah.
At the airport.
Yep.
We don't have a ticket for number 4.
Nope.
Been saying that. You came to that conclusion a year too late.
But he said he hopes he left you guys
year and a half.
With many memorable memories to smile about.
Not me, maybe the other ones.
And it has to be a Carr move because think about it. Even if he's not the starting quarterback, I'm sure the Raiders would love to keep him as a second string quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he had to be the one to be like, nah, I'm not. I'm nothing. If I'm not starting.
The reports I read, Britt, were that he got sent home from Bleacher Report. Like the Raiders had sent him home those last 2 games, which I'm like, damn, they sent you home.
That's out of, again, I think that's his, I think that's more golden boy image. Like they're giving him that. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're trying to part on good terms.
Yeah, we sent you home. Like, no, he was not happy with the decision. He wanted to go home.
Right.
That's just, out of respect.
Because that way they can get more for him from, or is he entering free agency or is he still?
No, we gave him a contract.
So they're using
that.
The year before. They're using that to set up negotiations to trade his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, he did everything we asked him to do. He was very congenial about the whole thing. Yeah, I'm
sure that was the case anyway.
Must be nice to get that type of treatment on the way out.
Funny.
What did you say?
I'm gonna say this, then we can move on. I know it's funny though. He's probably gonna end up on the Texans, just like David Carr.
That would be ironic.
Are you getting rid of was it Mills for him? Because honestly, I don't know that I would do that.
Yeah, Mills will be a backup.
I don't think I'd go backwards like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Mills was that bad. I think that they just need a better team.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see. Sean Payton might go to.
He might go where? Where you say?
Texans.
The Texans?
Sean Payton ain't going to no fucking Texans.
I mean, he got the most control there. I ain't going to where Russell at. Fuck that.
Sean Payton ain't going to no fucking Texans.
Why not? Or you can go to Tampa Bay.
He ain't going to no Texans. I guarantee you that.
I don't think that's the organization most people want to be a part of.
Only other I don't even know.
Jets owner Woody Johnson absolutely willing to pay for a veteran quarterback.
I said it.
Owner.
I said it. The Jets would be definitely interested in Carr. The question is, what did you give him for him?
Hold on, wait. Well, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Why are we talking about Carr like being dealt? Like it's a good like.
It is for me.
Why would you do it? Why would you go looking for that trade?
That's
It's a lot
terrible.
of. You think that Flacco or Mike White or Zach Wilson would be better?
Man,
called a-
I will
No.
deal with that than to bring in number 4 and think I'm going to make the playoffs.
Well,
It's called draft.
I know that. You may know that. And you probably only know that because I'm on as hard as I am. They don't know that. They're thinking we were close this year. If we had anything
Oh.
other than Mike White, Flacco, or Wilson, we could have got
Now
it.
listen. Are
Okay,
y'all
wait a
talking
minute.
about- You
Hold
talking
on.
about Carr going to the Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an upgrade for them.
Right.
Time.
But hold
That is
on,
the
wait a
upgrade,
minute,
right?
wait a minute, wait. Whoa.
That's
But
a,
look at the weapons he's coming from. Like, you gonna seriously
Right.
tell me
That's
you
true.
gonna
can
go to
see him
downgraded
doing
weapons
better.
and do
I can see him
better?
doing better.
Listen,
I can see him doing
his
better. with
weapons
Garrett
are
Wilson
not that
and
bad.
Elijah Moore.
Jets, Wilson is a great weapon. He just hasn't been in the right positions yet.
I can
you know
see
what
him
I'm saying?
doing
Like-
better. Now they ain't gonna get nothing like Garoppolo. They ain't gonna get nothing over 25 yards.
I mean, but
You gonna
Garrett
have to
Wilson,
get Yak yourself.
he's like a deep threat, like a Devontae. So like,
I don't think so.
He is. He can
He's a
get
gun- he's a
and he can get you
gunslinger.
yards after the catch. He's getting
But-
yards.
Well, I'm
man,
saying I
Derek,
don't think he's a.
Derek
I don't
ain't
think
making
he's a
that ball.
deep threat alone. He goes over the middle and makes extra plays. He gets end rounds and all
Yeah,
that.
Derek
That's a
gonna get
special
and Derek
team.
gonna get him killed.
Down
Not
the
on
field.
special teams. Derek might get him killed.
Oh, that's his specialty is down the field. That's why they
Oh,
call him
I see what you're saying.
Mr. 5,000 yards, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. And they do have the Mario Barrios or the Braxton Barrios for the end rounds and all that, so they don't have to do that with them. But you do when you have a quarterback like Flacco, Wilson, or White.
Nah.
Flacco ain't retired.
No.
He
Flacco
better.
is gonna get forced out.
Jesus.
He's getting that sit on the bench money. You know what I'm saying?
Flacco's getting forced out.
Get that
Cardinals,
here.
Cardinals requested to interview Steelers senior defensive assistant Brian Flores for a head coaching job.
Who, Chargers?
No,
No,
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Oh, they must plan on tanking this year.
I don't know if I'd want to deal with
Right.
Kyler Murray. I clipped that earlier offline. That ego of Kyler Murray. It's just a bad situation.
You know what? I didn't realize he had an ego until I was watching some of the games this year, and I'm like, oh, he got an
He
ego.
cussed the coach out. What they say? He told him. He said, "Chill." He said, "Chill the fuck out." He told the video of him saying to Cliff Kingsbury, "Chill the fuck out."
You know,
And they-
I seen. My bad. I'm sorry, Malcolm.
Oh, you're good. Good, Brett.
I seen. Was it Hopkins?
Yeah, calm him down.
I seen Hopkins in a game, like trying to like appease him, and I'm like, make sure he get the ball. I'm sure he wasn't doing it because, he's on his team like that. I'm sure he's doing it because he wanted the ball, and I'm like, oh man, that he really got an ego. If he over there trying to like be nice to him to make sure he get the ball, I'm like, oh, they dealing with a serious ego.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray really that good though?
Nah.
Hell, not to me. Not to me.
They knew that before they paid him that contract, though.
Not to me.
That's just a waste of money then. Shout out to the Cardinals.
Well, yeah, I guess if you
They
almost crossed me up again, almost reached in. But yeah, if you like a Raider,
if you like wasting money, go to the Cardinals.
Well, no, not even wasting money, like holding it out. Because see, that's the bad thing that motherfuckers ain't looking at. Motherfuckers is always looking at it from a organizational standpoint. What about a player standpoint? How does it look when a player knows I'm nowhere near as good as Lamar Jackson? I can't get half as done as he does, and they ain't paying him. I'm not accepting that contract. You better trade me, because I'm not going unless you force me to. That's a bad look for your whole organization. You don't hold out. It's the same way that the Raiders did Khalil Mack.
Terrible.
You had people at that point that were booing Carr before he completed or incompleted his first pass just because they knew the situation. Oh, you gonna pay him but not Khalil? Fuck this nigga.
But hold on. Khalil got traded. It was a sign and trade situation from Chicago to Raiders. So it's not the same.
The other way. Raiders to Chicago.
Right.
He played for the Raiders.
He played for the Raiders, went to Chicago.
Played for the Raiders first, went to Chicago, then to the Chargers.
Right.
Wow. That's
right. And you chose to let him go and keep Carr. Now, rumor has it that this is Gruden's call before he got the coaching job. He said, I would rather have him over him, and you have neither now.
The curse of Gruden.
Wow. That's insane.
So once again, I say the Raiders aren't the best at making decisions, so I won't doubt that they don't go with a Rodgers or a Brady or somebody that they're not going to be able to use for long enough to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't doubt that. But the smart option would be look to the draft, keep Stidham, or go for a Lamar. I said Lamar was going to be a Raider a while ago.
It's possible. It's really possible. Yeah.
And I know you remember that, Les. I said it a while ago.
Yeah, he called it.
I think he's a smarter man than that. I don't
well, you know,
I
the
concur.
Davis family's going to pay you if they believe in you.
I agree, but realistically, the Davis family doesn't make the best decisions as a franchise.
Right, but that's an easy decision.
Go get Garoppolo.
Right.
Now that's a more Raider-like decision.
Yeah.
But I don't know. All I want to say is I want to run down. I don't want to run shit down. I just want to say, did you know that Penei Sewell has 3 other brothers that play linebacker?
Who the hell's Penei Sewell?
He has a brother, Noah Sewell, who's leading defensive linemen and DBs, or defensive linemen and linebackers at number 5 coming out of the defense.
He's the offensive lineman less for the Detroit Lions.
Oh, Penei Sewell, you did? Yeah, Penei Sewell.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
He was the dude that everybody was mad that Detroit didn't get Kyle Pitts, and they picked Sewell, and Pitts went to Atlanta. They were like, why pick the O lineman over Kyle Pitts? Which is a good question. I'm not gonna
pickup though, because for Atlanta, well, it was a terrible pickup from Atlanta because Kyle Pitts was injured half the fucking year, so it worked out. The O line actually probably played the rest of his games, and Pitts was out.
He was hurt a little bit too, but no, I agree with you there. He did more help than hurt. I agree with you there.
It hurts Detroit in the long run. The fact they got rid of T.J. Hockenson. So.
Ooh. But I will say as well, Kyle Pitts is also in an Evan Ingram situation. Remember we talked about it, Malk. They said it on not live TV, but he said it in public. He said the reason we don't list Evan Ingram as a wide receiver and we list him as a tight end is because we would have to pay him more.
Mm-hmm. Who said that?
That's foul.
I don't know. It wasn't the owner. It was, somebody in the organization, though. I don't want to say who, but they said that. So if Kyle Pitts is already listed as a tight end and we know he's wide receiver worthy, you're not getting paid, bruh.
You ain't gonna get that 20 mil.
You're not getting paid.
Most will get like 15, 12.
And unless you go to another team that's willing to list you as that,
you'll never get that 20 plus.
And that could be 6 years into your career.
Right.
Ooh, that's when it gets tough.
That's a hurt piece.
Fuck Evan Ingram. What's Tom Brady going to do? He told everybody that
fuck Evan Ingram?
There's no timeline for his.
You know who he was retiring.
Fuck the kids.
On the future. y'all think Tom's done, or y'all think he's gonna come back?
I think he's coming back. Tom coming back. I don't know where he's coming back to, but he coming back.
I think Rodgers is done too.
Well, Cliff, tell them the alleged rumor where they think Tom's supposed to go to, because I'm seeing it everywhere.
Well, we already know that Carr was the motherfucker. And I said hard ER, because I'm sure that's how Tom says it.
Alleged rumor has
allegedly, but
what's the rumor?
Going to the Raiders?
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I said that Carr was the motherfucker was because he was interested in going to the Raiders before he went to the Bucks, and the Raiders turned him down. So it only be right that now that they know that, you know, he would put his bid in there. But I don't think that's smart for the Raiders. You need to increase your defense. Brady does not have enough life left in him, football-wise, to last until you get your defense good enough to really make a run. You would need Brady for 3 years.
But who did he win championships with in New England? But
McDaniels, but still, that it wasn't just McDaniels. It was Belichick's defense. It was a lot.
But that's chemistry. That's a long time worth of chemistry that they share.
Offensive chemistry, but what about the defense?
That's what Brady plays offense. He doesn't play defense. He can't work.
Remember what I said, because it was just me and you. I don't know if Q was in the chat when we talked about that. I said the only way that would work is if Brady could say, I guarantee 40 to 50 plus a game. Our offense will outscore anybody else's offense. Points? Now, remember, I also said, here's the problem with that. If they're scoring 40 plus a game, that means they're scoring fast. And the defense still has to be on the
Nobody's
field.
Averaging 40 points. Cliff, nobody's averaging.
That'd be the only way Brady could come and say, I guarantee y'all.
That's an unrealistic expectation.
And listen, I don't think Brady's coming across the country to play for the Raiders.
Why not? Jizzy's off his back. He kicked that monkey.
She still on his back.
I don't think that's it. I don't think he's, that's a whole lifestyle change. He's always been on Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? To go out west, I don't think he's doing it at this stage in the game. I don't think he's doing it. I don't care about and to be honest with you, I feel like Brady's way too clean cut for the Raiders. Like, y'all need somebody with some edge. I don't feel like y'all that type of
this is a transformation.
But Cliff already said he wanted to go there, which that was the rumor before too. Right. He already.
But this is the transformation into the bad guy. You went from the Patriots to the Bucks to the Raiders.
Was always the bad guy. Move on.
I agree. I'm with you there. But we don't need him. Raiders don't need him. But Noah Sewell out of Oregon listed at 5. He had 114 total tackles, 53 solo, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 interception.
Man, Tayao looked good in college too.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, Cliff.
I'm just throwing him out there as a name. I also want to throw out Riley Moss out of Iowa, a white cornerback. Haven't seen one of them. Riley Moss.
Jason Seymour?
Right. That's what I was saying. I haven't seen one of them in years. So I want to shout him out. Listen to his stats though, dog. He had 39 total tackles, 34 solo, 4 interceptions.
Sounds like he's playing a cover 2 corner.
Right.
He ain't Sauce Gardner. He ain't Sauce.
He probably won't be able to guard Jermaine one-on-one.
But that sounds like a run support corner.
I would take those stats right there, and I would turn you into offensive outside linebacker.
Maybe.
You're now my coverage linebacker.
That's a lot to ask for.
I don't think so at all.
No,
he did it with Divine Diablo out of TCU.
What you do with somebody like that is you put him at the nickel back. So when you have to go an extra DB on the field, you bring him in as a hybrid safety linebacker.
Right.
It could work. I like it.
But I still want to shout him out because you ain't heard of no white cornerback. Cornerback. Listen.
Is that Ross is like, cousin through marriage or something?
I don't know what his gene type is. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, look up.
We'll get into these picks. We only got 4. We'll knock them out here. Jags Chiefs. How we see it running?
Chiefs 5-12.
Chiefs 14.
I don't know. This might be a close one.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we said that about a lot of games, and a lot of games went the other way.
I wish I thought Jacksonville could pull this off.
I think they can.
Chiefs by 17.
Chiefs 17.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm on that. I'm not on what Les is talking about, but I'm not on that.
I mean, okay, because all right, the Chiefs are expected to win. So, okay, but there's also been a lot of people that was expected to win, and they fucking blew it. So, I think the Chiefs will probably win, but it is
wasn't expected to win.
Yeah, there's teams that was blue leads that was expected to win.
You know who wasn't expected to win? Starts with an R.
Nah, they was expected to win.
Oh, Ravens. That's it, Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders expect to win. All right, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go 3 though. I'm gonna go real close.
It ain't gonna be close.
All right, well, we're gonna see.
I'm gonna write down my picks.
Fuck. What'd I say?
I got Chiefs 14. You got that, Cliff?
You said 14 or 16?
14.
Okay, I got it. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, it does seem like it's gonna be a few. Thinking about it logically, Chiefs 13.
It's not gonna be what you think. Especially if Lawrence has over 400 yards, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
He has
Over
400
yards.
Patty, you have 500.
I tell you, man. I'm telling this game. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna bet it. I'm telling you, this might be one of them games.
Don't bet a lot.
And I might put the Jags to not lose by more than like 12-10, just so I can get a little extra on the odds. But go ahead.
That's a hot take.
I'm gonna do the Jags like 9. Do like Jags plus 9 or something like that. It's gonna be something.
That's ridiculous.
I tell you,
it's only $1.
You mean Jags losing by 9?
No. Well, yeah, they won't lose more than 9.
Right.
Yeah.
I see what you. Okay.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. I thought you were saying they was
no, he was saying yeah. Okay.
Did you put your pick in?
Nope.
Nah, I ain't put no pick in.
So it's the Chiefs and the Jags. And they had Arrowhead. Who you got?
I've been riding with Jayville, bruh.
Hey, I was liking it. Go ahead.
Chiefs 3.
Chiefs 3. Yeah, he can't. I don't think he can survive a firefight with Patty.
No, it ain't that. I think the crowd will get to him if you talking about Lawrence trying to get up the field on a game-winning drive.
Right.
Being an Arrowhead, loud as shit. Can't hear yourself breathe. You know?
I mean, he got somebody a little sharper. You know what I'm saying? So if he makes all those mistakes that he made this past week, he gonna capitalize on it. Each one.
I see that. I can see that.
Lawrence does like 350. Jacksonville will win.
Here we
So
come out.
that's my caveat.
350 Jacksonville will win. I mean, my nigga threw for 305 last game.
And how much was the victory by?
Oh no, I'm lying. He threw for 288.
Okay, that's even less.
And he won by 1.
See, that's not
To
enough.
a quarterback who only threw 1 touchdown.
He needs more yards.
Hold on, wait
In
a
the
minute.
first
This is
time
Justin Herbert.
Chargers playoff team.
This is Justin Herbert.
Not ever, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nah, G. That's tough.
We'll see what happens.
KC is prime for postseason. That's tough. Next we got Mouse Squad, Giants, Eagles.
I got Eagles by 10.
Let me see.
I'm going Eagles 7.
I'm going Eagles. That's interesting. Hold on. I'm going Eagles 16.
Depends what Daniel Jones we gonna get. That's the real question. I don't know if he does what he did last game.
G-Men by 3.
Oh,
Hey!
shit.
Talk my language.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, you got a brand new, even if he's still somewhat injured, you got a brand new just Jalen Hurts to deal with. I know what it feels like to be a little dinged up and sitting on the sideline watching your team. You got a brand new Jalen to deal with.
I'm gonna go Eagles 1.
Ooh. Ooh, shit.
Because I want to say Giants so bad.
Who you got, Les?
I think it's gonna go opposite of what we think. All right, I'm gonna go Giants 6.
Good number.
I think it's gonna be a couple field goals. Come down to some field goals.
It's a damn good number. If they win, that's a damn good number.
Eagles defense has, I think, the most sacks as a total this season. I think 70 plus sacks the defense has or something. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Our offensive line's primarily healthy. I don't know what position he is, but Lane Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I know he has like
He's a tackle.
It's going to come down to your linebackers. I'm telling you, Daniel Jones is going scared. He's taking off. So it's going to be second level.
You got to be able to have your offensive lineman block that D-line first before you take off, though, bro.
I mean, sometimes that's not the case, though. Sometimes that's what makes you take off. The fact that your lineman missed a block. And at that point, I'm just saying, if he gets an opening, it's going to come down to second level defense. You need some linebackers that's going to be able to be on him. Unless you on that, what was it, Mike? That second level spy, and you got a safety on him. You got to have somebody on him. But I see Daniel Jones taking off. He had 78 last game.
That might be a prop bet. I'm gonna see what the line is. It's probably gonna be like over and under, like 48.
Sweat, all them, they gonna make him take off. He's gonna be running. I guarantee you that.
Can't run if you're already down on the ground, Cliff.
Now you're right. But I'm saying if you don't get him down on the ground, he's not gonna be throwing it away. The nigga's gonna look to run. So I don't know what the prop is, but you may want to go with the over on that.
Yeah, I'm liking that over for sure.
You hear what I'm saying?
You know I like numbers because numbers don't lie. I like that 70 plus stat, so I'm gonna roll with that.
Listen, but nigga, I picked Eagles 16, but still, Bengals Bills next up.
That's a tough one. This
is of the playoffs. The Super Bowl is once again being played in the divisional round.
I agree. Last year, if last year was the Super Bowl, that'd have been the greatest one.
Bengals 6.
The Kansas City Bengals game.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that this year.
You said Bengals 6, Brett?
Yep.
Only because the
I think their Hamlin luck runs out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting with the Bills because after that Miami game, like Q said, they almost lost to a third-string quarterback, and no one had that game that close by any means to be.
That wasn't on.
Bengals didn't look
Let's
good
be
either.
clear. Hold on, though. Let's be clear. That game was close not because of the Bills' defense screwing up. That game was close because the Bills' offense turned the ball over 4 times in their own fucking territory.
Well, I mean, either
it comes down to how the offense.
Say Josh.
Fair enough.
It's Josh.
Fair enough.
But horrible. Like we gave them the ball on our side of the field 4 times.
I'm going Bills 3.
I just don't know.
I was going to say Bills 3. I will go Bills 2.
I just don't know how.
Don't change it because on my behalf, baby.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think this is the Super Bowl. I think this game determines who wins the Super Bowl.
Hell no.
I think so.
Okay,
that makes me want to. No, I ain't gonna go Bengals.
I don't feel that way. I think
hell no.
Bengals 14.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's aggressive. That's very aggressive
too.
I just feel some type of way. If they don't correct some certain things, it can go.
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
Yeah,
that's
where I'm looking at it from.
Cliff, go ahead and give me Bengals by 6. Because I think Joey B.
Bengals win with a touchdown to T. Higgins.
Yeah, he already proved he can beat Patty. Josh shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem because the way Josh has been playing, bruh, shit. I don't know.
He started off good. It was that second half.
He's been playing, I don't know. Not like a Super Bowl winning quarterback, potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I've been talking about Eli and them too. Eli got something to prove.
But that Bengals offensive line is fucked up. I mean, fucked up right now. So if they win, it's truly a miracle. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll take Buffalo 3.
Because there's no Von Miller, right? There's no Micah. Why's my mom calling me?
Still wondering though.
You got me Buffalo 3?
Yeah, I heard you.
All right, G. Don't blow your head off thinking about it, all right?
Think long, think round. I'm going with the Bills 3.
So who picked the Bengals with me?
Malk, Q.
Their offensive line's messed up, but they made it this far with their offensive line still being messed up. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, what I'll say to the offensive line though, Joe Burrow hasn't had an offensive line. That's why his mechanics is so damn good because you're practicing dodging damn bullets all the time.
Right.
So at some point, it's ball security or out the league.
You're not wrong.
So he just one of the few that he took it head on and he's showing out.
You're not wrong. Nah, I'm still going Bills 3. Think long, think round. Cowboys 49ers.
Niners by 9.
Niners 9. Okay. I'm tempted to go with the girls on this one.
Cowboys 6.
I mean, but that's how you do though, Cliff. You'll look at one game, you'll look at one recent game, and you'll base that off of future.
Cowboys 6, Cliff. You hear me?
I'm going Cowboys 10.
See, if Cliff was a coach, you show him one good game, and you're his guy. He don't care about the body of work of what you did before. He just want to see one good game, and you're it.
I don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Well, you're picking a guy. Remember, you're picking a guy that's leading the NFL in interceptions, so that says something. You're trusting a guy that had one good game, but his body of work shows you that he.
I'm trusting a guy. I'm trusting a guy who got 4 touchdowns completed against a team last week. Yeah.
Let me see where they're at on the defensive ranking list. Let me see, Cliff.
I don't trust the 49ers though.
They're at 1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5.
disagree. I think that their momentum might give them the win. That's why I said Cowboys 6.
I don't trust the 49ers as the number one defense.
Who's cute?
Buccaneers were the 10th best defense in the league. Niners
by 3.
You said what, Mike?
Niners by 3.
Niners 3.
That's not a bad pick. We'll do Niners 7.
Man, we on par.
Yeah, man. All these games are gonna be close. There's no blowouts.
So you on the same key?
The Chiefs are gonna blow the Jags out.
That's cap.
Nah.
Yeah. To blow them out because they do have one of the best defensive players in the league on the Jags at linebacker, but
no blowouts in this. None of these 4 games are gonna be blowouts at all. 0.
What do you consider a blowout?
17.
I think
17?
whoever wins out of the Bills-Bengals game is gonna be a two-score game.
Les, what do you consider a blowout?
I mean, Mike and them were saying 17. For me, 21 plus.
21 plus? Okay. So there won't be I don't think there'll be any blowout.
I needed to be a rockabye baby, hang the game up. Actually, really 28 because I needed to.
That's why.
But I think the biggest win is going to come from the Chiefs.
3 or more scores. That's an ass whooping.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Bad, they got to start running the clock on your ass.
No, I can see it being the Eagles.
That's what I'm thinking.
I can see the Eagles being the biggest score.
I don't know. I'm gonna bet these spreads I got. See what happens.
But
I got 9-6 though. If I didn't.
Did you get mine?
No, you said 7. You said you was on par with Les, so you wasn't.
No, I just said we on par, but I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I got 6. He got 7. Somebody fucking up an extra point.
Facts. Somebody, hey, that damn.
I know who.
The Cowboys kicker did.
Brett, you said Cowboys 6, right?
Yeah, Cowboys 6.
Okay. Yeah, you right.
Our Cowboys kicker was fucking. He fucked that dude on.
Man, I'm telling you, the only reason they said he only missed 3 field goals all year. He gonna miss all 3, and they was in close range. That ain't nothing.
He missed 4.
That ain't nothing but Vegas.
In a row.
That ain't nothing but Vegas, but not wanting to pay people.
Nah, they was telling him before the game. You know you ain't missed. You know you ain't missed.
That's what they said. They said he missed 3 all year. He came through and missed 3 crazy.
4.
Not even. Oh, he missed 4 shit. Not even close. Crazy right, crazy left in one game. Come on,
bro got paid off. Sports is rigged, and that proved it. That shit right there.
Hey, listen, I told you Vegas did not want to pay people. People were sitting there like, all I need is him to kick 2 field goals.
They was over there steepling like I bet they believe it if he misses 4.
They probably was like Jack ain't getting in the end zone. They gonna need field goals.
I know I got this. I know I got this win. I know I got this parlay. All I need is 2 field goals from the Cowboys kicker. I looked at his stats last week. He made about 4 each game, 4 or 5 each game, and now he can't miss
extra.
The stock market crashed too, so I'm sure if we figure it out, it'll be something.
Now listen, I tested the water today too. I just wanted to see something because I have that's my theory now. I don't care about the games. It's all based off of what parlays we put in. So I decided that I was going to do Ohio State versus who they play today, Nebraska. Right? Simple. They were supposed to blow them out the water. They were supposed to win by like 9 points, something like that. Guess who won? Fucking Nebraska. Just testing the waters. I just wanted
how
to
much
see
they win by?
2 points.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't. I probably.
They're Ohio State is like.
That fucked up one of my parlays, I'm sure.
Who said they was doing
bet on Ohio State men's basketball? Hell no.
Nah,
It was supposed to be an easy win.
No, Ohio State men's basketball has been terrible for years now. It's been years since
they're not terrible though. They're not terrible this year.
They're not even ranked.
They were ranked. They were ranked.
Were.
I don't follow enough.
I follow, and they're not good. They're just not.
Let me look. Now you got me. Now I'm curious.
They're not. Yeah, that's okay.
Word.
Go Buckeyes for football, I guess. Shit.
I mean,
Football school, no b-ball.
I've never really rooted for Ohio State basketball. I mean, I root for them, of course, but
ain't been shit since Sullinger.
Yeah, I don't expect shit. Ohio State. Since Jarrett,
they lost by 3. My bad.
They lost.
Y'all got rid of Mateo. I thought, right? It's been a wrap ever since Mateo been gone. Was that his name? I think that was his name.
Who?
The coach. Dad Mateo.
Oh, Mata.
Dad Mata.
I said Dad.
He was garbage.
Hey, shit. He did better than what y'all got going on now. But fuck basketball. Hit the shower. Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of hearing him get on McAfee's podcast every week, talk about if he wants to play for the Packers or not. Just fucking decide what you want to do, man. You're not winning no Super Bowl no time soon. Either retire or fucking play ball.
Similarly, I am going to toss it up to my favorite hit the shower, my most often nominated hit the shower, Tom fucking Brady. Hit the showers, don't come back, get the fuck out of the league.
Damn, Mike.
Thank you.
What Tom do to you?
20 years. 20 years in New England is what he did to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's ironic that you picked that because my pick's gonna go to my most favorite day to hit the showers.
Don't say it.
Jizzy from the block.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share.
And leave that man alone. He old as shit.
Didn't I see him give somebody a kiss on the way into the tunnel?
I don't know.
I think he had a little boo there.
He do. I know what you're talking about. She was in the stands.
Yeah, he got a few. He got a few, you know.
He got a little something.
Listen, Tom living his best life.
Somebody recently single in his late 30s. I can appreciate it.
40?
40.
Mid 40s.
Okay.
45, 45.
Somebody
Listen,
also.
I feel like that is not when you want to be single.
That's a life goes on story.
See, you don't know then, Britt.
Listen,
that's when you want to be single in your early 40s.
You want to be single
as
soon as you find out that this ain't working.
Soon as the who she with again? She with her
jiu-jitsu instructor.
Oh yeah. Soon as her coach.
That's jiu-jitsu for sure. He took that cup off.
He was bending her up. See, Tom ain't got that. He was bending her up.
Right. Tom had her in a 3-point stance.
You probably had to.
He had her in a pretzel.
No, I'm gonna get mine to be more, man. Y'all gonna let y'all franchise talent just walk out of your life, man. You know, just it's so sad. This hat might get burned next year. So
oh no, not LeBron shit.
Real man, might have to burn the be. I might just be a no fan next year. Might just have to ride with whoever's hot, and that's it. Cause this shit's ridiculous. Just straight up.
No, I'm all for it, Les. I feel like we have, as fans, we can't go with the traditional fandom of just sticking with a team through thick and thin. When we see them start doing stupid stuff that we know we don't support, we have to move on.
Yeah, man.
We have to.
I'll just be at every game in the stands, you know, just at different stadiums, just hanging out. Just I got a Rams jersey on this week. Got a Jags jersey on the next week.
Yeah, because
just hanging out.
I got a open jersey on. Okay.
Just tailgate.
Yes, real talk. If y'all can't make it work with Lamar, right? Think of how much success do you think you're going to have in the future? Like, if you guys can't make that work, as a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect?
What the Jets expect, Super Bowl, but they trash. Every year, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. It's like, nah, bruh.
I'm sure the Browns expect something too, but at the end of the day, they just not getting it done.
That's why we changed their name. We was like, oh, we ain't gonna be the whole. We gonna give y'all name back. We gonna create our own city. Y'all got it. But yeah, that's all. They saw my guy.
Who hitting them, kid?
Number 4.
Derek.
Yeah, because he put that fucking letter out there like anybody in the locker room or the motherfucking stands gave a shit.
Fuck. We ain't getting no fuck.
That one for you, Cliff. Because y'all ain't care.
We ain't getting no fuck.
Y'all wanted him gone before he was gone.
Man, where was Mariota at before Mariota was gone?
He was there the whole time.
We didn't took anybody. Goodness gracious.
They let him walk. Hey, look. Just like Lamar, they let Mariota walk out the door.
But you can let Mariota walk. Lamar, y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Terrible, man. Mariota's been balling Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta.
Yeah, but y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
That's life, man. Poor management will do.
But
fired.
Who was yours, Brett? Who was your hit the showers?
I didn't give a hit the showers.
That's what I was.
I think my hit the showers. I think going back to what I was saying before, my hit the showers is either the Ravens organization or the NFL that is deciding that they cannot respect Lamar's mom as his agent. So that's my hit the showers because that will change.
And Shannon go along with her.
That's crazy though, because Roquan just signed that deal and he's his own agent.
Disrespectful. He
Lamar
was there for 5 minutes.
He defense though.
Hey, listen.
You know what B Moore do? That's defense.
Regardless to me, it's just a bunch of disrespect in Lamar's direction, in my opinion. Get the fuck up out of there.
But my thing is, not to hop into it because I know we're getting ready to get off here, but it's just like if you don't want to pay Lamar, what you feel like you gonna come up on that's better than Lamar? That's my thing.
And that's what I was saying about the players. Now I'm a wide receiver, and I was thinking about Ravens, but shit, y'all doing Lamar dirty. I don't know about Ravens no more.
It's over.
It's tough. That's a bad look all the way around.
We the new Browns now. We the new Browns.
As y'all should be. I'm glad the meek shall inherit the earth. Because y'all stole from the Browns.
No, we ain't stole shit. We gave all that shit back.
Y'all stole from. I hope I live long enough for the meek to inherit the earth. Y'all stole from them. It don't matter what y'all was before. Y'all came back in sheep's clothing and stole from them motherfuckers.
And we gave them back.
You didn't.
It was a refund.
You got Ray and all of them and Ed and all of them.
Hey. It would have been a great time to be a Cleveland fan if we had all them players.
Ravens are colonizers. If you're not from the DMV, why are you rooting for these fucking cult leaders?
Man, if I had all them people that came out of Miami putting that work, see, imagine if Ed Reed or like Ray Lewis would have went to Miami. With Sean Taylor in his prime? With Sean Taylor in his prime? Or with a Sean Taylor?
Didn't Ed Reed go to Miami?
Yeah.
University.
Yeah, he talking college.
Yeah, they all went to university.
But I'm saying, what if they would have went to the Dolphins, though?
Now, but that's the thing, though. If they went to the Dolphins, then Ray Lewis will have to have pick sixes every game for them to win.
Well, nah, because we needed offensive weapons. Our defense was always stacked. We had Zach Thomas,
right? That's what I'm saying. So you would have to have your defense getting pick sixes to stay in the game.
I don't know,
that
man.
was around them Chad Pennington days.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Chad Pennington, Damon Heward, one of them motherfuckers.
And I like Chad, but
I don't like Chad.
I did like Chad.
Yeah, he had one good year.
I liked it at the time. I remember I got his card. I had a card, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be something."
He went to the Jets and did nothing.
Listen.
He fucked us up. We were supposed to take Breeze.
That would have been a smarter pick.
We were supposed to get Breeze, man. We fucked around and let Chad Pennington sell us a dream. Motherfucker.
I can't even trust a man named Chad. I ain't trust no man named Chad.
Oh, you hating on Chads out there. The Chads in the world.
But yeah, now we can get out here though. Like,
don't all that.
Get out here like.
Even though he skipped halfway through it, we rocking. We out this bitch. We'll catch y'all next time.
All right, I see ya.
That's what you said. Be great or be great at it. Yeah, there you go.